Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio. But it's not just any edition. This is our WrestleMania preview show, leading us into WrestleMania Extra Large Liberty Bell. I'm Smoot, along with Chucks, Beans, and Will. The whole gang is here. How you guys doing?
Yellow. Hey.
Hello,
There
hello,
it is.
hello.
It's
There it
Radio
is.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's a bit of join in.
Good to hear you guys. Oh, right out of the gate.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Right
fine.
out of the gate.
Let's do
Holy
that.
moly. Yeah.
Cool.
There is a little bit of inclement weather here with the wind, I think. Something is causing the thing to be all wibbly wobbly, the stream that is. So I don't know if we are recording this in case there is.
Heard a stream being called wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Last night on Twitch, people were saying that the stream seemed fine when I was doing stuff, so I don't know what to tell you. But in case the stream goes down or anything like that, we are recording a manual copy here because we have that technology now, and fingers crossed.
Wind. Don't make Smoot lay the gospel on you.
No.
So how you guys doing?
It's quite apt that we have weather related issues because we're possibly looking at some weather related issues again for the big show of the weekend.
Really?
Oh no,
I've
what's
heard.
happening with the big show?
I don't know about the big show.
Big G.
No more BS.
I imagine
right?
I imagine he's quite big. He might get a bit snowy every now and then, but other than that, I think he's okay.
He's that tall. He gets snow on the top of his head.
No, apparently they're expecting some rain in the Philadelphia area. I believe tomorrow's looking like the worst day for it. So I
this
think
could be the first time we have like a WrestleMania downpour. Because every year we think about it. Are they gonna, where's it gonna? In Tampa, you're probably okay. In Houston, you're probably okay. LA, you're probably okay. But when they start going up north, when they're in, New Jersey or whatever, in the shadow of New York.
Well, funny you mentioned that because
you never know.
I don't know if you guys heard today. New Jersey got hit with like a 4.6 earthquake.
it did, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, New York got them, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently as well, they've you mentioned New Jersey. I think that was the last time they did one in that area, wasn't it? They've apparently used the same. Back then, apparently they made like a heated ring to make everyone nice and cozy during the show. And from what I've read, apparently they've used the same ring, the same technology to make it all heated because it's going to be quite chilly as well. So
and they put big heaters up in like those giant palm trees or whatever they have in the
there's
corners.
something, yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
could be a cold one.
Yeah,
I won't be cold. I'll be at home. It'll be quite nice and cozy.
usually despite it being like an El Nino year, it's still quite cold here some days, but I can't imagine.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, the Northeast. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they get cold temperatures for both nights of WrestleMania here this weekend. So,
well, we should be. I mean, we're in sort of mid-April, aren't we? We're getting there anyway.
Yeah, it's slowly getting there.
Mid-April is pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, the weather should be better than it is now. I mean, I remember.
Yeah.
Think back to. I don't know why I keep bringing this up, but I've mentioned it a few times. Think back to the COVID year when we were all in lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
It was cracking the flags. It was the best weather ever. We were all stuck at home. It was great. And then here we are, 4 years later, and it hasn't stopped raining for about 3 months. So yeah, I don't know what's.
Yeah.
But I did hear someone say though, some weather expert, I don't know who it was, but someone said that it's looking good for summer because the weather's starting a bit late, so we could be in for a long summer. So don't know how true that it might be, but hopefully.
Yeah, seasons these days. Usually, it's like it goes from winter all the way to summer. It kind of just skips over spring, and then summer to winter, and it skips over fall. So
I'm hoping we get something like that.
yeah, maybe. Hey, you never know.
I don't fancy it. Last year we had a couple of we were pushing 40 degrees a couple of days, weren't we? I thought that was too hot. Didn't like that.
Was it that bad? I don't remember it being quite that. At least not down here.
We had a couple of days. We didn't quite get there. We got like 38 or I think 37. It wasn't quite there, but I know Europe got. They were over 40 in a few places, but we never quite got there. But
I know
I can imagine.
Was it the year before where we had about 2 or 3 days where it was 40?
Was it that year? Was it? Okay. Maybe I'm missing a year, but I know we recently we got there.
It was
enough anyway.
Unbearable.
What's the distance between 37
I mean, the thing
and 40
in the
between
day,
them?
it's not too bad. Like you can manage it in different ways. Like, but it's nighttime, innit? When you just
Night
got, like,
time's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
My electric bill went double having the fan on all night.
What do you mean? Because you had your heating on then?
Yeah, that's when you need an air cooler or aircon or something.
Oh yeah,
Something a
'cause
bit
I think
more than a
this was
fan.
when we had the conversation about Chuck's aircon where it has a tube, and you said that
That's
Stick it out
right,
the
yeah.
window.
it works backwards or something. The area where you think the warm air is coming out of it, got cooler air coming out of or something. Oh,
Yeah, when you
Don't
put
know
it
why I
on fan
remember that.
mode, yeah, that's true. It blows cold air out both sides.
I think we've probably mentioned this before, but I've got one of them Dyson fans, and they're great when you first
Oh, the
get
big
them.
circle, like the
Yeah,
I think we
with
did.
no
I
moving
think it was
parts.
the same conversation actually when we were all talking about our fan.
they're really good when we first get them, but then when you get really hot days where it's just pure heat for the whole day, after a couple of hours, it's just it's like with a fan, it's just blowing hot air at you, so it doesn't really work.
Yeah,
You do need a proper
you
aircon.
need a
So
cooler.
I keep saying every year I'll get one of them, I never do.
It's worth doing, even if you only use it for those couple of days when it gets unbearable.
Oh, I can
Anyway.
imagine, yeah, that relief you get when you first get it on. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
anything else to talk about this week, is it? Let's get into this thing that's happening on the weekend.
Alrighty.
It's a small show. We're doing it all in one night, so how big can it be?
Fair point. So let's get into it here. Here we are. Night. Oh, no, not that. That's the slate. Sorry.
Oh man, we're going right into the predictions.
What
No
else?
preamble about what's been going on TV this week.
To be honest, considering it's WrestleMania week, it was a bit of a slow week compared to what we've had the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I think we should probably just jump straight into it. I think we're probably there anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have just seen possibly a little bit of potential breaking news anyway. Of the WrestleVotes account, which is usually quite good for spoilers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Scoops. There's going to be a change to the WrestleMania card that will be revealed on SmackDown.
Is that right?
So
Does that mean someone's injured?
I think it'll be. I don't know if anyone saw the clip that went out this afternoon of AJ and LA Knight having a bit of a fight at the media.
That was a very
conference.
strange fight.
It was. Somehow AJ got a busted up nose as well. I don't know how he actually did that. But...
What the fuck?
Did you see this?
I have not.
It kind of looked like they hugged each other, and then they fell
Yeah,
over a chair really awkwardly.
They were doing a lot of UFC type hugging. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, it was like the first thing that they did wasn't to punch each other. It was LA Knight to like hug him.
Yeah.
That's how real fights go. They're freaking lame. Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
already
kind of
kinda
it. Where they
that's
just like wriggle around a little bit.
Yeah, but it was the beginning bit that was.
And then they ended up
That
fighting
kind of
by a
missed the
wall.
beginning bit. That one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit
they're
obvious,
just
yeah.
hugging. This is
Yeah,
just
it's
all this is them hugging. What the fuck? How do you get a busted
thought-
nose from hugging?
Yeah, I don't know
It's
where
that
it
first bit though.
there you go.
If you can get at the very beginning, but it's not that video because it's already started in that video. It's when he
Yeah.
first jumps him.
Is that where it was?
It's where he like just does this weird hug,
Okay.
or what I thought was a bit like that's
Alright, hold on.
strange.
Hold on. See, okay, he's just LA Knight hammering AJ in the back a little bit here. He's got him in a front face lock.
Come dancing there.
That is what MMA looks like, though.
Yeah, it really is.
You grab a hold and just, yeah. Got the hook
How are the? It looks like both of them are just gassed from hugging.
Yeah.
This is a preview of what the match is going to be like. They're just going to sit on the floor.
AJ with a
Oh!
It could have been right there with that deadlift.
Actually, that looked pretty bad. Actually, that.
I
Yeah,
don't think it must have hurt that on the floor.
he could have busted his nose there.
LA Knight could have a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. So this was part of an angle, right? Like that's all it was. They weren't like shoot fighting, obviously.
Well, it was the media conference. So they were all the media were there this morning interviewing different people.
What's this
I think
old
they were
guy trying to
interviewing
do?
AJ.
This guy looks. What is he supposed to do? Is he trying to break up the?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I think
An old member.
LA Knight shouts something like, "You're gonna be a SmackDown tonight, you pussy," or something like that. I heard that.
Yeah. Okay. There you see. Oh wow. Yeah, you see a little bit of blood coming out of the nose of AJ.
Well, he wiped it there.
Yeah.
He wiped. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know, how big does he look? I know we've had it before, but huge, isn't he?
Yeah, but like right here.
Yeah.
Right into the wall, and then
He's
AJ deadlifts and then slams LA Knight on his back like that. Could have.
Yeah, I think that might be the issue.
Yeah. Is there another? Here, let me go back.
So we're about to find out that LA Knight's now out of Mania because he's got a bloody
Well,
concussion.
I think the shiny chain. I think they might add some sort of stipulation, some sort of no DQ or
Okay,
something.
here's another angle. Okay, here's the hug. They break the chair.
Oh
Sherry's
yeah,
using the pillow.
that was the bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wondered whether it was that chair at first when you said that something might have happened because I just
Yeah.
thought it was really
Might have
awkward how
been.
they fell over it.
It probably is just like a stray elbow or knee or something that's just caught him unexpectedly. That's usually where it happens. They could do no DQ, but they already have a street fight on the Sunday night.
Oh, there you
Mhm.
go.
So,
Oh yeah, his head goes right into LA's gut right there. Here, let me play it back.
I mean, he did look like he landed well, considering.
True.
so they've done two similar segments now. They did the one last week, didn't they? Where Knight went to AJ's house and they had a fight in his garden. And now they've done this.
The old guy.
This old guy. I'm sorry, Will. This old guy is like, okay,
He's
should I break it
doing
up
nothing.
now? When should I break this up? So
Yeah,
after
you
the
know,
deadlift, this angle is perfect. It's like, hey, can you stop?
Come on, you want to stop that?
Can you stop, please?
They stop this.
I don't know if you know, but this is a wrestling convention.
Yeah, like what is he doing?
I'm supposed to be doing this here.
He's like the only one.
This is a media day.
He's the only one trying to break it up too. Like what the fuck? Oh my God! And then yeah, you can kind of sort of
He
see.
must be some sort of trainer. NXT. He's got NXT jacket on, hasn't he?
Yeah. And then you
Maybe
see
someone
like, a better,
like quite well known. We just don't know who it is.
yeah, the
He
busted
really
nose a
has
little bit better.
jacked up, hasn't he, AJ?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
So
He said that there was a similar that was said on an article that I read either today or yesterday, saying that he doesn't reckon he's got long left now.
Yeah,
He
I
wants to
read
go
that.
out on the top, like where he's not like sticking
this
around
guy
when he
is
shouldn't be.
really feeling up LA Knight's pecs there.
He went to push him back and he went,
a lot.
"Oh, they felt firm."
There was a
What
lot of
is he
feeling
doing?
going on here. Maybe go back a little bit before that as well. It was
Are you sure that's the same guy? It might be another person.
No, it is.
else
It's the
as
same
well.
old dude. See?
It was the way another hand appeared out of nowhere and touched after the first awkward one. It looked like he like communicated with someone else's hands as if to say, "Hey, you should feel these."
get in on this.
Ay, ay, ay.
Also, if you go back a little bit when AJ's wiping the blood off his nose,
Yeah.
we get a little
Yeah,
just
I guess we can
still
show
of
it,
that.
sure.
I think we'll be fine.
Hold on.
About 3/4 of the way in, I'd guess.
Hold on.
Just as he's like, he stands back, he
his
wipes the
t-shirt
blood off of his nose. Yeah, he takes his top off, wipes the blood off his nose, So here,
Yeah. Yeah. What about it?
That's
Does
a
he
look
look-
of, you just fucking broke
to
my nose.
anyone- Yeah. Hey, maybe a couple of seconds. Do anyone else think he looks a little bit like a young Michael Hayes?
All he
Like
needed
that?
to do was touch his nose.
No, just like in general. He's got the hair, the beard. As he takes the top off, he wipes his nose, and I don't know, he gave me a little Michael Hayes look there. Yeah, there you go. He's looking a bit older now.
Just need to bum
He's
bag.
got a bit of a Michael Hayes
I
look
don't know,
going on.
actually, there. I was thinking there was a little bit of Macho Man in that with that t-shirt.
Yeah. See
Yeah,
that?
okay, with the pink, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy,
Ah,
crazy
yeah,
sideways
yeah,
hair.
I saw a little bit of PS in there,
And here's,
and then it touching his back,
yeah, like,
I'm
this
touching
old
my
dude.
pecs, man.
grabbing him all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This old
Yeah,
guy's just
hard.
like feeling up LA Knight here. For whatever reason.
He's almost like he's trying to push him, but not push him.
Yeah.
And made
don't
it
know
really
why.
awkward.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
don't know
great
what that's all
graphic
about.
actually. It just reminded me. I'll try and get it for you in a second. The
Go
one's
for it.
done. The Mania card. The whole card in old school graphics. It's hard to explain. Basically, it's pictures
Someone
from
does
years
that
ago.
every year. It's great.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
There's always someone who does the old school
Yeah, there we go.
Rumble and stuff.
If you want to throw this up real quick, it's quite interesting to see some of the guys from not that long ago, but it's still kind of cool to see. Especially Logan Paul. The hell he looks like a child.
Let me
If
see
you want to
here.
throw that up from
Yeah. Sorry.
I didn't realise that in a couple of weeks' time, The Rock will be 52 years old.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of crazy when you mention that. Yeah.
Dude, he's
Really?
not the final boss. He's the final match.
That's like 3MB era Drew McIntyre
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's 3MP right there.
Gunther looks
Look
pretty
up.
much the same. Sami Zayn as
Well-
El Generico.
Oh my god, that one of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
LA Knight looks exactly the same.
Why
Yeah.
has Kevin Owens got a big bald spot on the front of his head?
Didn't he have he used to have highlights, didn't he have little blonde highlights?
Is that what it is? It's just
Yeah.
'cause it's dead small. It looks really strange.
I thought this was. I thought this was Big Show for a second.
That was Goatee Rock.
Seth Rollins
That was
is
last heel Rock, so that's
Tyler Black.
quite good.
Tyler Black. That was
Golly.
early Shield Rollins with the blonde streak. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did.
you're right. You're right.
Look at LA Knight. LA Knight's like just looks exactly the same. Hasn't changed.
Pretty much.
Well, they haven't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
got an old school picture of him, have they?
That's Eli Drake, I believe.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just
Eli
great.
Eli Drake and TNA, AJ Styles.
Yeah, Logan down here looks like a fucking dweeb.
Huh?
Randy Orton. Yeah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. That's a good retro photo there.
Walter versus El Generico.
Yeah.
That bottle looks wide there. Looks like
Yeah.
Gunther all stretched out.
Yeah, that was cool. So yeah, we could probably get into it then. shouldn't we? Joe, I don't think there's going to be a huge change. I think they're probably going to add some sort of no DQ situations. I know what you're saying about the other match, but
They already have a
It'll
street
make-
fight, so they could do.
I just think it would make
Cage is
sense
kind
with
of
the-
lame.
the two things, angles they've done the last 2 weeks would make sense to be some sort of non-wrestling
Yeah.
angle.
That's true. I would have thought they'd put them on different nights though if they're going to do that.
Before we get started, which do you think looks the best night? Because I'm a bit tired. I think the second night looks better, but
The second night looks better.
the first night looks, apart from the main event, which I think will be pretty good, it looks a bit weak to me.
Main event looks good, and I think the big ladder match should be good.
Yeah, that'll be good as well, to be fair.
Gunther and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has been trained by the Alpha Academy now, so he's unlocked his full potential. That should be pretty great. And you've got Uso and Uso.
I don't know. I mean, that's not really. I mean, they'll all be good matches, but just from when you see them on paper, I don't think it's not really drawing me in, that one, really.
Uso v Uso feels like Hardy v Hardy at WrestleMania 25. That just didn't work.
Yeah, didn't work at all. And then night 2, both title matches should be really good. But that's about it. I don't know. Street Fight, I guess anything could happen there.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I looked at it. It's the way I looked a bit.
I'm going to go with night 1.
Traditionally, in the last few years since they started doing these 2-night ones, the first one always seems to
That's
stand
true. Yeah, it has been better, isn't it? Yeah.
And again, I think there's an element of slight fatigue with it as well, isn't there? Because you've kind of gone through it all one night.
2 long days. Yeah, it's true.
And the buzz of it's there, and then you get to the second one, and it's just kind of like, yeah. You, like you say, the main event's obviously the main match of the second night, but
and that's going to be
like,
huge. If assuming they're going to, well, I know it's getting into predictions now, but that could be an anything goes match, which means we could see all sorts of things going on, all sorts of appearances.
Which one's
that
this
could
one?
be huge. The second one, if the tag match goes the Bloodlines way,
oh yeah, I
that
think
means
it will.
basically
Yeah.
anything goes for Reigns and Rhodes. So we could see a John Cena, we could see Stone Cold, or anyone. We could see anything could happen there.
I think it's going to be the most
make it
overbooked match in the history of WWE. But it'll be good. I think it'll be in a good way. I think there'll be so much happening. It'll be chaos.
Overbooked match, yeah. Could be like a TNA pay-per-view main event. Brian Hebner falling over again. All the run-ins.
oh God, don't talk to me about TNA, man.
Apparently, we'll get into it in a minute. I think we should probably do some predictions. I think SmackDown starting in a minute.
Okay, yeah, because we've got the Andre Battle Royale coming up.
That's very true.
Is it a real SmackDown, or is it going to be like a highlight video?
No, it's a real SmackDown.
SmackDown, like they normally do now, isn't it?
Hey, hang on. Stop everything. It's WrestleMania SmackDown.
Oh, WrestleMania SmackDown.
Yeah, just like WrestleMania Raw was this past Monday. It's
WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown, WrestleMania. Then we've got WrestleMania Backlash, maybe.
No, he didn't do that last year, did he? Stop that. That was a stupid idea.
That was a stupid idea.
No, Monday night is the Raw Backlash of WrestleMania.
Oh God.
That's the Raw Aftermania. You have to call it that now. That's officially what it's called.
The Raw Aftermania. RAM.
Yeah.
Ram Raw.
And that's when we could see someone with 3 initials.
I was thinking this
from the other side.
Today. Yeah, I was thinking
RVD.
RVD.
DDP.
HBK.
HBK. JTG.
VKM.
Oh God. The Voodoo Kid Mafia is more like. Could be.
There is actually a rumor that apparently the meeting with TNA over this weekend. Apparently, a load of TNA officials in Philadelphia.
And, how come Brian Hebner is actually
to give him
going
a coffee?
Apparently they're looking. They've been talking obviously since the Rumble and stuff. Because they had Jordan Grace, didn't they, at the Rumble?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
They're looking at some sort of working relationship between the two, which would be kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, I'll freeze it over.
I did see one great tweet, which would be a great idea if they did it. If they do have some sort of deal where they work together, just once they should have R-Truth turn up on Impact and think it's Raw.
Alright, yeah, that would be pretty good. That would be good.
Yeah,
that's on me.
To be honest, the entire merge and deal and everything like that should go through purely for that to happen. The only reason why we're having all these meetings with TNA and paying a large amount of money to be involved with them is
get Mike Tenay back just to say What's Ron the Truth Killings doing in the Impact Zone?
Oh my god. He's not been around for a few weeks, has he, Truth? Has he? I'm not.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
with
he's
Miz,
actually-
isn't he?
He's with Awesome Truth back. He had week before last.
Oh
thing he
yeah,
was
of
on.
course he is. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, he was on. He was on. He did he was on commentary this week, wasn't he? He was quite funny actually.
I've only
It's like,
skipped through certain bits, so I haven't seen. But yeah, I was thinking still on the Judgment Day thing,
Yeah.
but like you say, he's moved over with Miz now.
Anyway,
Music's
let's
playing.
get into it.
our Truth will feature on night 1 of WrestleMania, which we should get into right now, I think.
Well, the music is playing.
The music is playing. I don't know if you got the graphics there.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all good. Right, where are we going to start with this, though? We could go... Alright, tag team match. In some ways, some semblance of a rematch from last year, where Rey Mysterio beat his son mercilessly in the... What was it? The Cinnamon Toast Crunch match or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what it was? It was some kind of cereal. And they're doing it again. Ray has Dragon Lee as his tag partner. Dirty Dom now has Santos Escobar as his partner. They're doing father son as a tag match this time. I'm in the lead, so do I have to? I guess I have to go first, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like maybe they should go 50-50 and give Dom the win, but I'm gonna have the LWO and Dragon Lee winning this one to maybe set up a third. Dom beating his dad next year.
So you're going Dirty Dom, okay.
No, I'm going LWO.
Oh, LWO, I'm sorry.
Yeah, LWO.
I'm gonna go Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
Try and push Santos Escobar a little bit.
I really like Santos Escobar, but yeah.
So you're going Dirty Dom, Beans.
Yeah.
I can't call this, so just to be different, I'm gonna go Ray Lee.
Ray Lee, okay.
Really?
I'll go. Yeah. Does Rey Mysterio really need the win?
No, I didn't need it, but
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go.
Last year didn't win.
I'll go Dirty Escobar. Dirty Escobar.
Alright. Cool. Nice split on that one. I like it. 6-woman tag. We've got Jade Cargill for her non-Royal Rumble debut with Bianca Belair and Naomi against Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. They are the women's tag champions. I imagine they've got to give Jade the win here. I've got the baddies winning. Baddie section.
yeah, I'd go Jade as well.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay. Jade and the baddies.
If Vince was in charge for this, however.
Think he wouldn't? He would have.
Well, I'm just thinking of the past, you know. WrestleMania
Control.
debuting a talent from another organization. We need to show everyone that they're not really a big deal.
Oh yeah.
That is true. We have seen that.
Sting, anyone?
Sting might be the worst case of that.
Yeah.
There was a great moment from just remind me then that the got to bed before we came on. The Pat McAfee show was on this morning. Triple H was on there, and I've completely forgot what I was going to say. What the hell am I going to say?
What?
Sorry, it'll come back to me. I've got SmackDown. I've just been distracted about something as well. Sorry, I'll come
alright.
back to that.
You're alright.
Smoke's gone with Damage Control.
Yeah, I think I think Jade's gonna probably backstab Bianca or Naomi.
Yeah.
Wow, first day in, she's going to make some enemies.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we've come out and
we've lost.
say that the
I know, sorry, hold
roster
on.
is extremely talented, but they're not me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just remember what I was
Lewis.
going to say, sorry, Triple H. McAfee said he got asked the question, what do you think? He was talking about, how sort of on a high WWE's been right the last couple of months. And McAfee said, so what do you think has been that change? What do you think the difference is between
The Rock.
now and a couple of months ago? No, you could just say, you could see Triple H just want to say, well, Vince isn't here anymore. He was trying to stop himself.
Happy.
Exactly.
Nice place to work.
Big change that happened a couple of months ago.
We've lost your feed, by the way, Schmidt. I don't know what
Sorry,
you
hold
know.
on. I'll bring it back. Hold on.
Alright.
Hang on.
Well,
There you go.
how about after all this time, we are finally getting the Uso and the Uso. I want to see when these guys debuted. I'm thinking it's got to be 15 years ago.
It was mentioned, I don't know if anyone saw the Roman documentary last weekend.
June 8th, 2007.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was mentioned, it was about 2007.
No,
It's
so,
really sad,
main
actually.
roster
It just feels
debut.
like it's been
Oh,
completely
okay, no, that's
tagged
when
on.
they started. May 24th,
Yeah, it doesn't-
2010, that's when they started with Tamina. May 24th. So that's, nearly 14 years of the Usos, and they haven't had a match against each other yet.
Mm.
I'm gonna say main event Jay wins. But I don't know, it could go either way.
Main
Yeah,
event
I could
Jay.
see. I know what you mean, though, Beans. I think it's sort of been overshadowed by everything else, isn't it, really?
Oh yeah,
Did,
I mean, I suppose really think because the split happened over a year ago, didn't it? So they could have. Is this not something they
not
could have done
exact-
at Mania?
Close.
Sorry, say again.
Was it at WrestleMania last year or?
No,
No,
it
something
was a
very
bit,
soon.
something around the time with. Oh,
it was a bit later on, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because
Wasn't
Um,
far after. I think like SummerSlam, something like that.
weren't Jay the one that screwed over Cody the main event last year?
I think
No.
they kind of all did, didn't they? But he.
Yeah, but the one who you thought was with him and he wasn't.
Because
They had that many bloody turns.
It is.
yeah, exactly. He walked out. He wouldn't attack Sami Zayn, right? So he was. But they were tag champions going into WrestleMania, and they lost it to Sami and Owens.
Yeah, that's right.
So they must have been together then, but not for long after. So yeah, basically a year.
So you're on main event
Alright.
Jey Uso, right?
Because I
I've
was
got
sitting there
Jay.
thinking, is this like a year too late kind of thing? A little bit. Clearly, it couldn't have been in it couldn't have been in WrestleMania last year because, like you said, there was defended titles.
They were champions going in.
Yeah, I'll go Jay as well.
Go Jey as well. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Are we gonna know which one it is anyway?
Yeah, good point.
How are they gonna announce? You know, an Uso has won.
I'll go Jimmy. I'll go Jimmy. No surname. Uso.
Jimmy, no surname Uso.
Oh wait, no nickname. Sorry.
Oh, right.
My bad. Not.
Oh, well, this is pretty good.
Yeah, one of you
Fair,
say
but-
Yee.
He's got no nickname.
Does he have?
Does
Yes, really, is he? No.
Oh, just Jimmy.
Just Jimmy, yeah.
It's just
That could be a name, just Jimmy.
Just Jimmy
Just
Uso.
Jimmy.
Okay. Perfect.
This is pretty cool. I've got
Messenger.
a little SmackDown update. They've got SmackDown on here, and they're doing a KO show.
Okay.
Got obviously Owens and Orton in the ring, and he went to introduce Logan Paul, who's actually live at what's it called? Lincoln Financial Field. He's actually there in an empty place for everyone's all lit up. Looks quite good.
Huh.
I don't know why he's there. I don't know what he's doing. But he's there. He's there early. Anyway,
Beans, did you say Jay as well?
Yeah.
We'll give him back. All right. Cool. We're predicting some different, well, smoothies anyway. That's good. Title matches. We've got 4 title matches on night 1. Let's start with Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. Could Zayn do 2 years in a row becoming a champion? Seems to be set up. It's a long title reign and it's WrestleMania. That's kind of when these things end. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Real quick, what did Beans pick in the Uso match? Sorry, I didn't.
Jay.
Okay. Gotcha.
It doesn't feel like time to me. I don't think Sami Zayn is the guy. I've got Gunther retaining yet again.
Okay.
yeah.
I think I have to agree.
Really? Thought I was going to be on my own on that one.
Sami Zayn for me.
It doesn't feel right for Sammy. He's not. I don't know. I think the whole sort of training thing they've been doing with Chad. I think we're probably going to see them having some sort of match together next, some sort of program together. Sammy loses and then turns on Chad, blaming him for the loss, maybe. Get some sort of view between them two. More breaking news, sorry, apparently Orton and Owens are leaving SmackDown, and the arena where it is over the road from Lincoln Financial Field, and they're apparently going over there to fight Logan Paul right now.
So
In an empty.
the match is happening now, and we're getting a bit of space for tomorrow.
And apparently they've left through the crowd, and they're going over the. You're seeing them going over the road, and Grayson Waller and the other guy, Austin Theory, are chasing them. So I don't know what's going on. But kind of cool.
It sounds like the hardcore title days. This.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. They're going to end up in WWE The World in New York. What happened to that place?
Oh, they eventually closed
Hard
it
Rock
down.
Cafe.
Yeah,
There's a Hard Rock Cafe now.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm sure it's doing much better business than it did as The World.
Let's
Let's
take
do...
advantage of the two places being quite close together. Though. Kind of like that. Sorry.
Tag title. This is a big 6-team ladder match for the tag titles, with the Judgment Day going in as champions: Finn Balor, Damian Priest. They've got to defend against DIY, Awesome Truth, the New Day, Theory and Waller, and the New Catch Republic, everyone's favorite team.
Now, have you heard the rules around this?
Oh Jesus!
I
It's a
assume
ladder
there are
match.
no
Why does there
rules.
need to be rules?
No, rules probably the wrong word. The permutations, I don't know what's the right word. Basically, Michael Cole mentioned something on Raw that so both titles are going to be hung to the top,
No, don't split them up.
and both titles have to be grabbed. So this is what a lot of people seem to be thinking. Are they basically going to split them up in this match? Because you could quite easily see one team grabbing one and someone else grabbing the other one.
Johnny Gargano and like R-Truth become the new tag champs or something like that.
Well, no, because they'll win it for what if they're picking different belts.
Or Finn Balor and R-Truth.
You'll get like New Catch Republic winning one set and
Yeah.
Yeah.
someone else winning another set or whatever.
So it's basically someone will grab the Raw titles and someone will grab the SmackDown titles. They'll be split
Right.
again.
Right. That's how they become disputed.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't do that.
That
But
seems to be the way they're going.
What?
I could see them doing some gimmicky shit with R-Truth. Maybe R-Truth grabs one and forgets the other one or something. Or... I see
that
something
just
like
means
that.
he hasn't won yet. Then that's how that rule
Not-
works. If you need to get
not
both to win, you can't
The way Cole
each
said
take
it,
one and then say, "Well, we both win." That's not how the thing works.
the way Cole said it, it was that basically one title is going to be grabbed and the other one will. The match will keep going until the other one's gone. So that's what leads everyone to think they are getting split, basically.
So he didn't say
Unless-
explicitly that we could have two sets of champions.
No, they never said that, but I
Because
suppose
that
you
is-
could see one.
if you
one
take
team
one
grab
down
both.
and the match still goes, does that
Yeah.
mean that whoever brings the first one down has just wasted their time, or do they keep them? Or
Well, no, they'd be.
It sounds
whatever.
like it's like a two-fall match, effectively,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Where
Yeah.
they go for one set.
but they're not actually saying that.
Whatever title they bring down, that's theirs. And I suppose they could carry on and get the other one, so someone else could get it.
Well, they should be clearer about that.
Or
Okay,
then carry on and leave them on a golf
dear.
cart.
How the hell do we predict this then?
Yeah. Just pick one winner, I guess, and then
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Pick one
Yeah,
winner, and if
we-
they happen to win some, then you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your point. Yeah.
Or do we count this as two matches and count two winners? Maybe the same ones twice.
No, I don't think, because I suppose in theory, like I say, one team could still grab both, couldn't they?
Right,
You
but
still
if there's
have-
going to be two that would just mean it's the
Yeah.
same guys winning twice. God. All right, yeah, let's just predict one then, and let's take it from there. I've got the Awesome Truth winning.
Really?
Yeah, they put it back together. The song is over. Still.
I'm gonna go New Catch Republic.
Just like Will, like really?
Sorry, do we get this out the way
This is
quite
okay.
quickly? Because they're just about to start the Andre Battle Royal.
Okay, so should we get to that one here next?
Yeah, could do. Who have we got in there? So let's see, who can we see? We've got Bronson Reed.
I've got a list here.
Oh, we got a list. There we go.
I have a list.
Better
We've got
than me spotting
Sanga and Veer, Omos, Kit Wilson, and Elton Prince, Julius Creed, Brutus Creed, Cameron Grimes, the Money Guy, JD McDonough, Nakamura, Big Bronson Reed, Ricochet, Ashante the Adonis, Andrade, Otis Ivar, Akira Tozawa, Chad Gable, Cedric Alexander, and for his fifth Andre Battle Royal, the veteran Apollo Crews.
Really?
Yeah, apparently so.
Still walking around with
Um,
that big Q-tip.
And a Nigerian accent.
Speaking of Nigerians, they're making a big deal of Omos' big
Omos.
return.
Yeah.
He's not been seen for a while, and he's literally they've all had to do that thing where everyone has their own. It's a big entrance at once, and
Yeah.
Omos is getting his own entrance, so they're making a big deal out of
Well,
that. With
He's gonna
MVP
be
as
the
well,
one.
seen him for a while.
Chucks, do you need to pick first?
Yeah.
no, this doesn't count for a thing.
Oh, okay, this doesn't count for a point. Alright, fine.
No,
Oh,
it's
we're
not
not
on
counting
pay-per-view.
this.
It's not on a pay-per-view.
Ah,
WrestleMania
ah,
SmackDown is not WrestleMania.
That was the whole
Yeah,
point
one
we're
of
doing
the
this.
WrestleMania matches happened on it last year, didn't it?
I thought this could be a good point maker because it's going to be different because we don't know who's going to win.
No, they should keep it on the pay-per-view. I agree with you. It makes for a good prediction game.
Wow. Notice the guy at top's making rules here.
I spent a good 15
Knock me
minutes
off the
making
top
that
there.
graphic.
It's a good graphic. I like the graphic. You got the actual
15
Andre there, not the cheese Andre.
Right, we can argue about it later. Let's pick.
Omos.
You know,
How do you
Yeah.
eliminate
Yeah.
someone that size from a battle royal?
Well, yes. I'm going. They've been pushing Ricochet quite heavily the last couple of weeks.
True, they have. Yep.
I'm going Ricochet.
I almost went with Strowman, but I'll go with Omos.
He's not in it.
Well, he's on it
As
now.
far as we know.
Yeah.
One of the Pretty Deadly Boys is first out. Just so you know.
Beans.
And
That was going
The
to
other
be
one-
Peter's pick.
the other one's just eliminated himself. That's quite funny.
Beans.
Bronson Reed, yeah, he's
Beans, who
doing
you
quite
got?
well. He said Bronson Reed, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Alrighty. Back to the tag match here, if I can get back to the...
Back to the tag
Keep-
match.
Keep you updated on how this goes, because it's ongoing. So.
Alrighty.
Back to the tag match, I'm gonna go for a bit of an out there pick in Run and Bait.
Yeah,
Newcastle
Newcastle.
Republic.
I think that.
It's true.
Uh,
I don't think that's that far out there.
Jinder Mahal is out. Jinder has been hindered.
I didn't even know he was in.
He's in, and now he's out again. Oh, there goes Apollo. Apollo's out.
Ah, damn it, Apollo.
I'll go...
Oh, there goes Via and the other fella, whatever his name is.
Sanga.
And, Austin... Here, Theory... Waller. Or better yet, and Waller.
You getting 2 picks?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
What? Hang on.
Yeah.
Umpire.
No,
VAR.
What do you mean, no?
we agreed that we're going to make one pick.
Yeah, that's my one pick. Miz and Truth and Theory and Waller.
That's 2 picks.
No, it's just... That's the end result. That's who's gonna win.
Oh, well, hang on then. Hang on. If he wants to have that, and that's,
I mean,
that doesn't
that
happen, he
means-
gets nothing.
it's true. If only Miz and Truth win, then you don't get a point.
That's fine.
Okay. Might as well say no contest to them.
would WWE really do, like, in a post-Vince world, a no contest ladder match? Like, really? Like, holy fuck.
They did referee stoppage in a Hell in a Cell.
That's the way you had to
true.
pre-finish that with at a post-Vince realm.
Yeah.
Like it was entirely possible with Vince around, but now
That's the most ridiculous pick you've ever made.
Fuck that!
Cover some ground.
Sorry, my internet just died briefly.
That's alright, mine apparently is just going all wibbly wobbly here. We've lost like 31% of the frames of the stream so far.
Ooh, that's a lot of frames.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I may have to chat up the ISP when I'm done here and just be like, yo.
Did I miss any picks there? Sorry.
I went with
Yeah.
Miz and R-Truth and Theory and Waller for the tag ladder undisputed championship, which is going to become disputed.
Smith's just breaking the format. But other than that, we're okay.
Choosing
Oh,
2
right,
teams
okay.
to win the match.
I'm gonna laugh if you pick 2 teams and neither of them win.
Well, who do you have, Beans?
I've picked this about 6 times now.
I'm sorry. I've got like 50 different things going on here. I'm trying to focus. Now,
No excuse.
who'd you pick? I'm sorry.
Newcastle Republic.
Okay, done big. Okay.
No. Newcastle Republic.
You catch her for
There you go,
say the name,
Muppets.
damn it.
Make me say it one more time, I dare you.
One Republic? Okay.
Okay, right, we finally got through that. Women's World Title, we've got Rhea Ripley, who is more or less undefeated for a year now, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And she's got Becky Lynch as challenger. Which again, long title reign going into WrestleMania. Usually that's a bad sign for a champion. But I think Rhea's not... She doesn't need to lose it. I think she's still over and popular and... Doesn't feel like it's run its course quite yet, as far as I can tell. I think Rhea Ripley's winning.
I'll go with that because these two kind of scrapped on the Ariel Helwani show, the same one that had CM Punk on it, and Ariel kind of made fun of Tony Khan about how he never felt more threatened and endangered and all that shit. When the ladies got escorted out of the studio, that's pretty funny. But Becky also, in an interview, said that she has like a couple of months left and hasn't renewed yet.
Oh, that's true.
She's not going anywhere.
I don't know. She could go to AEW. Yeah, no, I don't think she's going anywhere either.
And that's what Triple H meant when he was talking about people that go and take the easy schedule.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm worried that he was talking about Adam Cole in that.
Could well be.
But he said something about
in the prime of your career when you know you're paying your dues kind of thing. You
haven't made it.
It's the main part of you are on the road. That's what business is, to go and take an easier job. You work less. You know, I get the feeling that I'm not worried that I lost you.
Yeah.
If he did mean Adam Cole, I think that's unfair. Adam Cole got out because he was going to be Keith Lee's manager, which would have been an easier job.
Now
Also true.
Yeah, but he's gone to AEW and he's pretty much doing the same thing with everybody else.
Well, he
Also
wouldn't be
true.
had he not broke his ankle
Or gotten a concussion.
and got the concussion. Yeah, he's not been wrestling a lot. That's true.
That's the only one I kept thinking of when I didn't mean that it was like, I think definitely that's who it is, but I'm just in.
I was thinking Sasha.
Again, that's quite.
I
don't think he would, because at the end of the day, she's done what Cody did. She's gone to Japan. Not like.
Battle Royale match update, sorry. We're down to the final four. Ricochet's just been eliminated. There's my pick out. We are down to Akira Tozawa,
it's not gonna be
Ivar, Otis, and Bronson Reed.
Oh!
No, almost.
No, Omos is gone. Yeah.
God damn it, almost.
Telling you, it's Strowman. Watch, it's gonna be Strowman.
Bearman, Tozawa, and Otis are part of the Alpha Academy, and they're both still in it.
True.
And Otis is getting a lot of. Oh, he's doing the worm. Christ.
Why not?
Oh, I've eliminated Otis. We're down to 3.
Oh.
I think Tozawa might do this. You know, he's got the 2 big fellas in there. There'll be a story, won't it? Beat 2 big fellas. Oh, maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I've always just launched him like a javelin outside of the ring.
That's Will's curse.
Right, we're down to the 2 big meaty men. We're down to
It's got to be Bronson and that. Bronson Reed.
Bronson and Ivar. Big E, I don't know, having some sort of fit right now.
This should have been the big meaty men match.
Yeah.
You see that he wants to do that. He wants Slim Jim to sponsor it and everything.
Do it.
Yeah, I brought that in a few weeks ago.
Big meaty men invitational.
Yeah, WrestleMania XL. It should be the big meaty men invitation. And then Tony Khan stole the idea to do the big meat match or whatever.
He did, yeah.
And then he didn't do it.
And then all his guys got injured, yeah.
Yeah. We're never going to get this meaty men match.
We're still going. If you want to carry on, we're still just these 2 having a bit of a one-on-one.
Beans, who you picking in the
Well,
Rhea
we need
match?
you and Beans.
Yeah.
Rhea or Becky.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Rhea.
Hey, what?
Rhea or Becky?
Tommy stays on top. Don't
I
say
also
Newcastle Republic.
Yes, new catch public. I don't think Rhea's losing either, but and I'm also thinking that for the prediction game, I kind of need to get different points in there.
Yeah.
And Bronson Reed is your winner.
Hey!
Hey!
And Beans gets screwed out of a point.
Yeah.
Again,
This time I'm kind of with
it's
Beans.
a common WrestleMania theme for me. This.
I'm kind of with
Through
Beans on
finishing
this
your
one.
story, I can't even start mine.
Pay-per-view prediction contest. Why would we have a SmackDown match on it?
It's WrestleMania.
You can't just but it's SmackDown.
Chucks also brings up a good point.
WrestleMania, they keep talking. It's a 2-night extravaganza, not a 3-night extravaganza, not a 2-night plus 1 match extravaganza.
Yeah, but this.
Well,
It's
why do we
become
do
part of.
why do we do predictions then on pre-show matches? Because that's not
'Cause
part of the show either.
It is part of the show. It's
Not
a
part of the pay-per-view.
pre-show.
If you watch
It's a
the
pre-show
pay-per-view on
show.
the network, you're not going to be watching the pre-show.
So are you saying that next year you want us to leave out the pre-show matches?
Might as well.
Might as well. Because we could. I'm open to the suggestion. You know, you make a decent point that they're not part of the actual show. It's pre-show.
Oh God, here we go.
In my
Right,
opinion,
you're not
I-
pre-show.
you're not wrong.
You have to re-evaluate all the points now for the year.
Oh no, I'm not, I'm not readjusting all of our old prediction games to take them out. Just wouldn't include them in the next.
I think
WrestleMania
We
this.
spent about 3 hours working them all out, and then find out that it's changed like 1 point and no difference to any result.
I get what you're saying about it being a pay-per-view contest, but at the same time, I think it's a special match, a one-off match that only happens once a year.
Yeah.
As part of
Because it's
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
weekend. So I think it should count. But
Should then we also count like the King of the Ring?
no, that's just totally separate. That's a tournament.
Yeah, but it's special though. It only happens once a year.
Is that?
How about not even that true. How about when James Ellsworth won the women's Money in the Bank and they had to do a second Money in the Bank on SmackDown?
Jesus.
God, I've forgotten about.
So, Beans, are you actually picking Rhea? Because all I have is I don't think Rhea's losing, but in the box.
I'm gonna have to go Becky, even though I don't think she's gonna win.
Becky, okay. That's fine.
She's got a good chance of winning.
She could re-sign with a new deal and just be like, surprise, and then becomes champion.
Could be a
Yeah.
Triple H's bargaining chip. Yeah, I've made you champion now. You sign a new deal.
Yeah.
Don't make me Bret Hart you.
I would hope at this point Becky's above, being
Yeah.
bribed by a world title. She's proven herself. But you never know. Wrestlers these days, they are marks. So, tag match main event. This is the big one. Night one, big one. The Bloodline, The Rock, and The Roman are taking on Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins, the freaking Nightmares. And the stipulations we all know, if the Bloodline win, they get the next night's main event as a whatever rules they want match, and if they don't, then it's totally clean, and the Bloodline are banned from ringside.
Fuck that!
I don't know which part, but yeah. I've got the Bloodline winning because it kind of has to be chaos in the next... If you just have a straight one-on-one match in the next night's main event, that's boring. Got to have some crazy... And it's The Rock. The Rock's going to win. Of course he is. He's going to pin Seth Rollins.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Like he's here.
Like he's in the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rock and Roman. It's gotta be. I think sets up the Bloodline.
Rock and Roman.
rules match.
Okay.
So we can have all kinds of shenanigans the following night.
It's all about the shenanigans. I'm hyped for shenanigans already.
I mentioned it before the show, but there was a great someone put a great tag team name. I think Cody himself has come up with it. He's put it on his weight belt. Cody and Seth should be known as the freaking nightmares.
Freaking nightmares.
Yeah, we were discussing that
really
before
good.
the show. Yeah.
I think if they ever decide after when Cody loses on Sunday.
Oh, wait, hold on. Chucks has to pick first, by the way.
I did. I
Oh,
picked
it
the blood.
does. Sorry,
I picked the
it does.
bloodline.
Sorry.
Okay. I didn't hear.
I jumped ahead there. Sorry.
Needs to be a habit. This.
I'm sorry.
You cat public.
You catch Republic.
New members of the bloodline.
Why?
Is that the Samoan that time?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bloodline as well.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree.
Because if Cody and Seth win here, Cody ain't winning on Sunday.
Well, let's get to that. So that's it. That's it for night one.
So Beans is actually picking bloodline, right?
And we're all picking bloodline. Go.
That's night one in the books.
Night one is
On to night 2.
on to night 2. Let's do night
Night
2.
2 deserves a.
Oh!
Oh! 2 cans of audio whoopers. What the hell?
Special WrestleMania weekend.
It must be a big night. Speaking of big night, LA big night against AJ Little Styles.
Sorry?
Tie it in. Just, you know.
AJ
He's
doesn't
actually
look
not
that little.
anymore.
Yeah.
He's not that little anymore.
What the fuck?
He is bulked right up.
Little Styles sounds like someone's NXT name.
Little Styles.
That's like the name of your dog.
Name of his penis. I've
Go on,
got
sorry,
LA
I'm
Knight.
jumping ahead against you.
Yeah. I forgot. It's got to be me. LA Knight winning. Because why not?
Yeah, I think yeah. AJ doesn't need it.
I think he needs it.
I'll go AJ Styles.
Nobody really cares what you say, doesn't it? You just say it, we'll put it on the board.
That's what I've been doing forever. Like, what the fuck? This isn't new.
New catch.
So who got Beans?
New catch LA.
You catch. Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, that little scamp Logan Paul, he tricked everyone, he wasn't really at financial feel, he was in SmackDown all along.
Ah. This
They've
guy.
gone to the stadium to find him.
Sat there
He's not there. Little scamp.
So you mean to tell me Logan Paul rug scammed people again? He pulled the rug out from people once again. And lied to...
What kind of entrance
Can't
do you
be
think
trusted.
that Logan Paul's gonna have at WrestleMania? So
Dink doink.
He's had like
Dink doink.
ridiculous things like driving a buggy and
Oh, someone did say, actually, just reminded me, someone's seen, there's a 4x4 all done in Prime colours, with Prime written all over it, and someone's seen it on the highway on the way to Philadelphia. So someone, do you reckon he's going to be in that?
On my
What's going
chest, yeah. Ding dong, you're my favorite coin.
Yeah, that's the entrance he should be coming out to.
Take pictures of my feet, yeah. Ding dong, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you
Anyway.
I'm missing
There we go.
a cultural reference here, I think.
Yeah, so
It's because he's involved with NFT scams. He's an awful person.
What is Dink Doink?
It was like one of those NFT coins.
NFT coins?
Or yeah, something like a crypto coin. I'm sorry, not an NFT coin.
I refuse to believe that these things are scams. I believe that Donald Trump has many. Means it's completely legit.
Yeah.
So how is
Sorry, did I say
Dink
legit?
Doink doing right now?
That's a great question.
Not great, but that's only over the last week. Do a like a year or something, 6 months or a year or something. I don't know how old it is. Oh, like every other coin, it started out really high and then dropped.
Yeah, look at
Cool,
that.
okay.
How about it?
Who would have thought?
Don't you want to throw that picture up for me? I just put a link to a tweet there. So that truck has been seen on the way in the Philadelphia area.
What is that?
It's like a 4x4 buggy type thing, all dressed up in
Yeah,
Prime
it looks
logos.
like it has a big stopwatch on the back of it.
I think it's a
Yeah,
massive
kinda
Prime
does.
bottle.
It might be just the bottle or something that KSI is gonna be stuffed in or something.
Yeah, it's like 4x4. Yeah, okay, I see it.
So I think he might be coming out in that.
Yeah, makes sense.
It looks like it's pissing it down in that picture.
Yeah, really.
Well, we're skipping ahead of ourselves here. Logan Paul talk. We'll get to him. First, we have to.
Another trend there on Twitter, another earthquake. There's been another one.
Uh-oh.
Probably an aftershock.
Well,
What timing?
Oh God.
I'm such afraid to hear. Okay, I'm not showing this live, thank God.
is it really? Let's have a look.
4.4 in the New York area, yeah. Must be like an
yeah.
aftershock, yeah. Huh. Oh, not Wendy Williams.
Normally get earthquakes, did it?
Huh. Not Wendy
About an hour
Williams.
ago. Yeah.
Somebody say another earthquake. One of these is gonna be
4.2 in the Gladstone, the 3.8 in the Gladstone area of New Jersey.
Oh my God. Oh, and there's Biden falling down. Yep, okay. Statue of
There
Liberty
was also
tweet
that picture that
twerking.
came up of the Statue of Liberty because lightning struck it the day before as well.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
Not being
jump
funny, if
over.
you're walking around New York and you see lightning striking the Statue of Liberty and then you get 2 days of earthquakes, you might be considering to go somewhere else, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
How far is it's far enough, innit? How far is Philadelphia from New York?
Pretty far.
Yeah. I don't know, we might have
Huge.
been
I mean, it is a lot of distance, but it's not like other side of the country.
Does that help out?
2 hours, 100 miles.
95 miles, yeah. Okay, so they're not going to be panicking in Philadelphia, are they?
It'd be wild if like there's an earthquake on the show.
Does someone also want to tell The Rock
Considering he's
that
dead.
being-
Oh
someone want to
Jesus!
tell The Rock that being the final boss actually doesn't
Took me a
mean
second there.
a
for
great
that.
deal.
Sorry, say that again, Beans. Final boss Rock on the show.
Saying like he calls himself the final boss, but
Yeah.
also he beat the final boss.
Okay. There's multiple
the final-
forms of a final boss sometimes, though. Is the thing.
True. Not even his
Just
final
what,
form.
sorry? Oh,
Didn't he say something yesterday or today? Something like he likens the final boss to Darth Vader. He thinks he got that sort of
well,
level
that means
about
he's
him.
gonna have the good guy character art then, isn't it? Because he
It's
called
just
him,
a
he called
redemption.
Cody Luke Skywalker, didn't he?
Does that just mean he's Cody's father?
Yeah, search your feelings.
I'm your daddy.
You know it to be true.
Yes, that's it. Yes, he just keeps saying, "Look at me now, boy." More or less.
He has an obsession with Cody's mum as well, doesn't he? Yeah.
Does, yeah.
Could be. And does that mean he has to take out the Emperor, who presumably was Vince, the end. That's his
Yeah,
his
he was
face turn,
definitely-
taking out
definitely
the
Vince.
old.
Makes sense.
Sith Lord.
Palpatine. Sadly,
Yeah.
came back many years later, which means Vince is going to return to WWE when he's about 140.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Comes rolling out in his wheelchair, trying to still do the arms of the walk whilst he's spinning the wheels.
Seems like Dragon Lee was attacked backstage on SmackDown, and he might be out of the WrestleMania match.
Oh no!
Oh, is that your knee?
Ray's gonna need another partner.
Ray's just
Carlito.
come out actually. With,
It's just gonna be Carlito.
Carlito. All right.
Or it might have been Edge.
No, he's on the other program, the other company.
yeah, he's regretting life on the other side.
He's a TNT champion. Things are going great for him.
He also did that promo, didn't he, this week?
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later after this.
Nope. Okay.
Totally wasn't told to do that, was he?
I've thought that.
Right. Let's finish this damn WrestleMania.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's okay.
We can do it. We can
I
get
think
there.
this is long, Chucks. Just you wait until this weekend.
Let's
Until
see
the
what
actual
you
show.
mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. Street fight. 6-man street fight. A Philadelphia street fight, of things. The Pride, which I guess is what they're calling Lashley and the Street Profits.
Really?
I don't know. They're called the Pride
Right,
now.
must have heard that.
Against Karrion Kross, Akam and Razor. That's the Final Testament. And they have Scarlett and Paul Ellering, which might give them an upper hand in a street fight scenario. I've still got the Pride winning.
We said before about the IFSO match sort of being added on and not really have much build to it. This one's
Yeah.
been even worse. They just added this one on last week with no sort of announcements or anything.
Bunch of guys that had nothing to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I kind of get the feeling like there's a couple of matches on this card. They've kind of obviously been a bit overshadowed with The Rock going back.
Yeah.
And they've kind of thought, shit, we've got nothing else. we're forgetting people.
I think they might be arguing that Rock's taken up their TV time in the build-up with the amount of bloody
Well, yeah.
promos and things that have taken about an hour.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's gotta be Lashley and the Profits, isn't it? I think. But actually, no, sorry, I'm gonna change my
I'm
mind.
gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
with,
I am.
Priest.
Yeah, I don't. Lashley and the Profits have done nothing, whereas they're trying to build the fan testament to something good. So they probably need it more.
Okay. Final Testament. Nice.
I'm going the Pride Profits.
Yeah. I think you're right. So let's do there. We've got 4 title matches on this show as well. We'll start off with that Logan Paul guy again and his big
Fuck
4x4. We got Logan Paul, current US champion, defending against both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I think just because it's a triple threat, Randy Orton I think is too big for the title. Don't see him going back to Kevin Owens. I've got Logan Paul winning. He's going to steal the win somehow.
I'm going Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think it'll
As
be
much
another
as I'd
one
love
for.
Randy to win it just as a. That's Randy won the US title.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Good question.
I'm just thinking like the Sheamus scenario thing. Like, is it one of those that's like the only one left kind of thing?
You might be right, yeah.
He
Doesn't ring a
wrestled-
bell.
He replaced, I think, Booker T in one of Booker's best of 5 series against Chris Benoit. So he's wrestled for it and he won the match as far as I can remember. But yeah, I don't think he actually has won the belt. He was always on the IC title side. Oh no, he had it once. Apparently he had it
So he has
once. Back in Fastlane 2018. He beat
Do
Bobby
you know, I was
Roode.
about to say, actually, that's not that long ago, and I'm like, bloody hell, that actually is.
Actually,
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, only for a month. Won it at Fastlane, lost it at WrestleMania 34 to Jinder Mahal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a legacy that is.
Back Acme gender.
Don't hinder gender.
Well, they just did earlier.
Oh, so that was right after Dolph Ziggler won it, and then he just left it in the ring for some reason and walked out.
Oh,
And then he
God,
came back
yeah.
at the Royal Rumble with the record scratch music and never explained why he left the belt.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So Bobby Roode won the vacated title, Randy Orton beat him, and then Jinder Mahal.
Is you going to win this one?
So here you got Beans.
I'm gonna say Logan Paul retains, actually.
Fuck that.
What, you think it's a bad pick, or you just don't like it?
He just doesn't
Yes.
pick Logan Paul.
Yes. Will.
Sorry to say it, but Logan Paul.
If Randy hadn't ever won the US title and it was one of them situations, I think it's the time that they may have done it just for him as a, you know, do a bit of a John Cena thing where you like open challenge thing and you just get to wrestle a lot of the younger guys on the roster and have a bit of fun with them.
Like the
Seeing as
Kobe
it's
Open.
Logan Paul and they just like to make him irritate everyone, I think he's the perfect winner to wind up. Of
Cool.
course, it's a triple threat, so it's easy to get round it.
There you go. Sneak a win somehow. WWE Women's title. So this is Royal Rumble winner Bayley challenging Io Sky, her former teammate. I don't think Bayley's going to win it. She might even have her inflatable flailing arm tube men back.
I think
Okay,
she
I
will.
don't know about that.
That'd be fun.
Apparently, she tried to get. There was a bit of a campaign on Twitter to get what's the band Paramore
Oh yeah.
to do an instance for her, and apparently they were trying to work it out, but they couldn't make the schedule or something. So I think they'll probably do something like with the Bailey buddies to try and make it something. Since
Bayley?
they couldn't do that.
Who you got, Chucks?
Bayley.
Bailey? Okay. I was gonna say Bailey has the title. I don't think she's losing to Io.
No, Io's got it. Bayley's challenging.
Well, then in that case, Bailey's winning it.
There you go.
Wow!
Oh,
She won the Rumble.
Yeah.
Andrade came out with
Picking Andrade? What the
Dirty
hell?
Dom. Sorry. Back down
I was a
update.
little bit confused. I thought, hang on a minute, I haven't said New Catch Republic yet.
Sorry. SmackDown update. Andrade came out with Dirty Dom and they were attacking Ray. And then
Okay.
Ray's just turned on Dirty Dom and is now aligned himself with Ray and Zelina. So it looks like.
Oh, Ray and Zelina. Right, okay. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. They were together before.
Yeah. They were kind of teasing them joining Judgment Day on Monday, so bit of a turnaround.
That's true.
Beans, you picking Newcastle Republic for this one, yeah?
I'm gonna pick Bailey.
Oh, different.
Picking Bailey? Okay. Not New Catch Republic.
And Will, you actually going with Andrade to win the women's title?
What's in the box?
No, that's gonna be Bailey, I think.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a solid gimme.
Mm-hmm. So we've got the two world titles then. Let's start with Seth Rollins defending against Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a bad weekend for Seth, unfortunately. Drew to win. Get his moment.
One sec here. Drew Mac.
I
Okay.
have to agree, actually. I think it's a bit evil to make him lose another world title match at WrestleMania.
So
Yeah.
Beans and Chucks are going Drew Mac. Will?
Yeah, same for me. DM Hunk.
CM Hunk. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll join that bandwagon as well. Drew Mac for GOATC Championship.
Cool. All right. In that case, it's just the big one left. We all think the Bloodline are winning the first night's main event, so this is going to be crazy Bloodline rules match with. Well, I don't actually know what that means, but presumably it
Anything
favors
goes.
Roman
Anything goes.
Reigns. Yeah,
What was it? It means Solo Sikoa could be the ref. It means Paul Heyman
Could
be
be.
the timekeeper.
could be. Definitely favors Roman though. Even so, I've got Cody Rhodes to finish the story.
Have you got easy? Doesn't matter if you haven't. Have you got easy access to our last year predictions?
Yeah, hold on.
I think I've thrown them out.
Just wondered what we did last year. I can't remember what I picked last year.
Pull it up here.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow,
So I haven't
Cody. Yeah.
Reigns. I got that right.
Wow!
Is that the only reason you asked us to pull that out? Because you knew that you
I
got it
didn't
right?
know,
You
but it
just
did sound
brag
like it
about
did.
it.
God, they actually did Lesnar versus Omos last year as well.
Yeah.
I don't-
There goes the
Wish they
pain.
could do that this year.
Tell Vince had his fingerprints on the card last year, Ken.
I was right. Winner leaves town. Lesnar.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but I'm going to do it again. It's Roman. Roman's winning. The story is not finishing.
You're going Roman. Wow.
Roman's gonna
Roman's-
win again.
That actually would be pretty fucking funny.
I don't know if you've seen the
Amazing.
the documentary they did at the weekend about Roman on A&E.
Yeah,
There's something he said at the end of it. He said, if there's ever a time where he's not champion, he's done. So,
Yeah, the leukemia's catching up to him, right?
Jesus. I don't think he's that bad. Although he did actually say, I didn't
He
realise.
said he's still on
that.
medication for it.
Yeah, he's still taking
Yeah,
meds
he
for
will
it,
be,
yeah.
Makes you wonder.
So he's doing well, considering if he's on medication like that. He's doing well to be still going out as he is. But no, this is potentially not really mean anything, but he said that he's also being advertised for SummerSlam.
Well, I mean,
so-
that's like, look, I mean.
Oh,
that's
you
like-
know, yeah,
that's
parts of the
6
change and
months
all
or
that.
whatever.
I get that, yeah. But, you know, never know. That's what I
No,
mean.
I
I
think
don't
plans
think
can
he's
change.
going anywhere.
Plans can change.
Well, he's kind of only there half the time anyway. I think he's going to lose the belt and then take some time off and come back and fight The Rock at SummerSlam or whatever.
Hmm.
I think there's a way of doing
Apparently-
both. He'll go part time. He'll do the Undertaker schedule or whatever. And
Well, there's this Stowe, you're probably not going to see The Rock for a little while as well. He's got to make a film next month.
now it's probably for the best.
So he's disappearing for a bit, but
Can think
Still.
of new things to call Cody Rhodes' dog.
Jesus.
shithead. Best video ever.
Beans, who you got?
There is an argument that Roman walks away with the title again.
Good again.
But I'm going with Cody because I just think WrestleMania 40. I think it's going to be one of those. I think it's going to be like Brett at the end of WrestleMania 10, where everyone's out celebrating with Cody.
Yeah. Here it comes.
What?
The big head of the table, leaky dog, juggernaut. Whatever the
That's
wine.
I think
Superman punching.
I'm just going with Cody again.
You're not going to do uncommon, dashing Cody, son of a plumber, star, dust
Marvelous.
kid.
No, I think.
Just put shitty theme music, Cody.
I think.
If he comes out with the shitty theme, he's losing. If he comes out with his normal,
Oh
he's
yeah.
winning.
No, that is fair. If he debuts that fucking garbage new downstate song, he definitely should lose. Straight up.
Triple
I
H
think-
calls it on the fly.
I think Cody wins. So there's my potential
Maybe he wins by DQ.
point. But I
Oh,
think
here we go. But
MJF makes an appearance.
What?
Because it's going to be no rules or whatever. Bloodline rules, which means there's no rules. AEW guy comes over and is like, "Hey, let's you can't compete for the title over in AEW anymore, but I'm in WWE now. Let's go. Let's do it."
Meanwhile, John Cena comes out to do a promo with Edge on Dynamite.
We have that, and like Tony Khan's like crying to himself in Gorilla or whatever, wherever he's at.
Why not?
Yeah, so I think
if we're gonna see MJF, he's gonna be on Raw. I don't think he's gonna debut it, maybe.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think he makes an appearance. You do it at WrestleMania.
Nah.
Philly was chanting for him. It's somewhat MJF country.
Gotta have something big for the Raw.
Yeah, okay.
then you have
well,
MJF whipping Cody with the belt again.
sure, why not?
Did you notice? See if I can get a picture of it. Did anyone see Raw? By the way, we haven't talked about Raw. Did anyone see Raw?
I have not, no.
I've skipped through it.
There was a
and
bit
wasn't
right at
a
the
lot.
end. Right at the end where Rock came out and he was whipping Cody again. But he was wearing the weight belt and he took it off. And it was actually the one they sell on the shop. It was the American Nightmare branded belt.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah, and people have pointed out, we know Triple H loves a good cryptic clue. And there's a bit where he's holding it up while Roman's holding the title up.
Yeah.
Rock's holding it up like it's a title belt kind of thing. And people pointed out, is that some sort of foreshadowing? Is he saying Cody's gonna win?
I mean,
Is he still on Cody's side?
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a hard push after them beating the living daylight out of him the other week. But
If
Yeah,
Rock,
I'm gonna say it's all gonna be a bit strange if it was like this was all part of a master plan. Sorry, I had to like bludgeon you to death and threaten your mother, but you know,
right, that's the
it's all
thing that
part of
gets
the
me.
game.
With Rock being all like "fuck your story" and then like doing the L pose or whatever for Roman, like how does that tie in?
Yeah.
Look at you now. Look at you now. Yeah, I don't know. I think they learned from their mistake last year, and I think that was a Vince decision. Maybe slightly Triple H as well, but
there's a
well, it would be hilarious if Cody loses 2 in a row. I really think it would be funny. But I think somehow Cody gets the win, and I think maybe MJF makes an appearance, maybe The Rock has a hand in it, maybe Cena and Stone Cold has like an appearance of some sort.
Fuck that!
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah,
But you got to remember, it's bloodline rules. That's the thing. If the
Yeah.
bloodline wins night one,
It's got to be done really well if you're going to start involving loads of people.
right?
Because at the end of the day, it's, you're still talking about the main event of Mania. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to turn into absolute complete shenanigans. Like that's out of control.
Yeah.
You want to create a moment where it feels like finally it's been justified, rather than it's just being like, oh well, you finally managed to steal it off Roman because about 15 people all got beat up at the same time. You know what I mean? It still feel like they want to give. If they're going to do it, they're going to want to give the look that Cody's beating. I mean, they can have the 15 people, but it's just got to be very carefully done where they all end up being out of the ring and away from it when it comes to the finish.
The Rock doesn't give a fuck!
I know you don't, but I'm sorry, pal.
Fuck that!
I think we're going to see all kinds. There's going to be shenanigans all over the shop here. Apparently, all his family are going to be at ringside, even Dustin, they're all going to be there.
Fuck him!
Anyway.
Speaking of Raw, I don't know if you want to throw this up real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
They say they did this angle with Rock was whipping Cody again with the belt. After they went off air, the referee got in the ring to check Cody was okay, and he's probably regretting he did that.
This was the what you were talking about with the
Yeah,
Tuna Meltzer.
Tuna Meltzer.
That's a good. Oh, that's great. I like that. Here, let me pull this up here. Hold on.
This is the ref getting in to check Cody. The Rock doesn't like this idea. And does this?
Jesus.
Rod Zapata. Was that Rod Zapata? Yeah, I think it was. He could take it. It's fine.
As long as he's cleared it with him in some way.
He's in shape.
Yeah? Referee,
I did not sign up to get whipped by the Rock.
It's a fan cam, so I think this is okay to show. Yeah. Wham! Jesus.
Cody was saying as well. Cody did. He was on the AR, wasn't he? With same as Punk did earlier on the week. And Cody said he mentioned he's been whipped by like chest belts before, as we know. And he said obviously they hurt, but he said getting whipped by a weight belt is another story. He said it really does hurt. So you can imagine what that felt like.
Huh. Okay. I guess that's WrestleMania for you. All predicted out, and then the Andre. Here, real quick. The Andre Bronson Reed gets the win here from earlier.
Have I done enough? Well, has everyone done enough different points to have a chance of winning?
I don't think I have a shot.
You need 3, and you've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Smoot needs 8, and he's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So Smoot's not winning. Will needs 9, and he's done 1, 2, 3. So it's between me and you, Beans. Wow.
Alrighty. Okay. And just a reminder, Will was the only one that got the Cody match correct last year with Roman. So there you go. Anyway. Back over here. Yeah, since
not a great chuck, no.
Was that what? Missed something?
Smoot said I got the pick right last year. I said Roman was gonna win.
True.
So I think that's worth 9 points on its own.
worth
picking a
whatever it is,
champion that's been a
1,200
champion for 3 years to
global
win a
points.
match. That's definitely, worth
Well,
9
you know.
points.
I think so, anyway. In fact, if you're going to give me 9, give me 10. Better, wouldn't it? Go on.
You're playing for a draw.
Let's stop there. Well, if I was going to give you points for it, it would have to be on last year's contest, wouldn't it?
No, because it's
So,
part of the
let's
story,
see.
isn't it? It's
You would have Reigns winning. You got 1 point for it, so if I was to give you another 9, you would be on 59 points, and you would have won last year. Yeah.
there you go. It's worth it.
Anyway,
Who cares about
Game's
last year?
boss.
what do you want to talk about?
Ah,
Hey.
I don't know if I have that. Hold on.
Well, we got a lot to talk about here today.
What do you want to talk about?
oh, you don't have the whole thing?
It's really funny.
No,
It's
no,
really
no,
not
no,
funny
no,
at
no,
all.
Matter at all.
Complete nutter.
You want to discuss the CM Punk interview?
Yeah?
Okay.
Tony Khan's a clown. Move on.
Wow. What makes you say that? Holy moly. Could it be because he runs his business not as a business, as Punk claimed?
Yeah. I don't think he's wrong. I think he's quite right.
Yeah, I think so too. Usually there's like two sides to every story and whatnot, and the truth somewhere lies in between, but I think it kind of is a little bit on Punk's side, if you ask me, considering how much we haven't heard TK's side with, other than, I was fearing for my life. I had to do what I did.
I couldn't get over some of the stuff he was saying about his injury when he was injured in AEW.
Yeah, that
He
was
said stuff
wild.
about-
They put a Z
yeah,
back on, did they?
No. Apparently, like, they just didn't bother to tell him, like, other than Doc Samson, because he had good rapport with him from WWE. He had like no help on like booking physical therapy. He brings up
It's
the
to pay
whole,
for his own surgery.
the whole thing about his own travel at All In. So he took the tube. That's kind of wild. Because the guy that was in charge of travel happened to be biased with the Bucks because he had a Twitter. I think he like went private or shut it down or something like that. But he had a photo in his header of him just like cheesing it up with the Bucks. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was the guy in charge of travel and he didn't like Punk because he was sticking up for his friends. Yada yada yada. Clicky bullshit,
Wasn't
as
there
Punk said.
also this thing that Brandy Rhodes said that she didn't like the way things were going or something?
Seen that today, yeah. She's come out and said.
So that
pretty much
kind
agree with
of,
her, hasn't she?
yeah, that kind of like, and that's quite a big name to be supporting what Punk's saying as well.
I mean,
Well, the whole story, what he said about the whole Jack Perry thing as well, because he kind of cleared that up a bit, didn't he? Because he said it happened. The thing about the glass happened weeks ago, didn't it? When he said he couldn't use the glass.
yeah.
And he never actually told him he couldn't, did he? He was just sort of agreeing with everybody else. It was Tony Schiavone, and I think he said they all told him first that you can't use real glass, and he wouldn't have it. So then Schiavone came to Punk and said, "Look, you better wear with him. He's not having this."
Yeah.
And he basically just said, "You can't do it because you've already been told no 3 times."
Yeah. He even said that because like Shivani's getting some heat as well because he went to Punk first instead of Tony Khan, which
Well then, I can't understand that because the way they were saying it was that Punk was like sort of in charge of Collision, wasn't he?
Yeah. The other thing
was his role. So
the other thing is that Tony Schiavone here. Let me throw this up on the screen. This is from AEW's short-lived All Access show, but he wears a lot of hats. He's the senior producer, special advisor, and talent relations. So
Why
maybe
does it say barista on that?
former barista, yeah. But maybe he had like a bad experience with Tony Khan as well, or perhaps he knew that Tony wouldn't be the guy to handle things because of similar
The way I
experience that
looked at
Punk
it was,
had.
but the way I took it was that, because as you say, they basically told Punk that he was in charge of Collision. So he was basically going to him because he was basically running the show. Because that's what he said to him. He said, if you want to do that, go to Wednesdays.
Yeah, do that on
That was
Wednesday.
what-
We don't do that on Saturday's show.
Yeah.
So
it kind of made sense for him to go to Punk, I think. Because, like I say, he was kind of in charge of it all.
yeah, and I don't get the
Well,
whole.
also as well, if it's a small issue that just he thinks that something could be calmed down or dealt with quietly or quickly by having, someone of a high profile wrestler say something, and he feels comfortable approaching Punk about that, then that makes sense. If it's just a case of having a quick conversation and it's been dealt with, it's saved having to go up to what you would class as higher management with Tony Khan. But
Punk said as much as well. He said he thought it was all sorted out. He said to him, "You can't do it."
Right.
And apparently,
he said it. Yeah, he said that he responded quite well to it. It was like, okay, kind of thing.
He said okay, and that was that. And then it was only when he did the thing to camera it all in.
Yeah, it was kind of like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah. And that was when he apparently turned around to Tony Khan and said, "Look, you've heard something about this." And he was like, "What do you want me to do?" I was like, well, "You're the boss, mate. It's kind of." And then that was where apparently he turned around to Khan then and said he quit there and then before he went out for the match.
Yeah.
So he knew when he went out for that match with Samoa Joe, he knew he was finished. That was kind of interesting.
It's yeah. I want to see if Tony Khan really wanted to be petty, and we've seen him be petty before, he could just release the Wembley footage, and I think that would clear the air, if you will.
I think he probably would have done by now, but I think his lawyers are probably stopping him from doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's probably all kinds of legal stuff that would probably come from that if he did.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is like Ariel's trying to get details from the fight there, because he cited Mark Raimondi of ESPN, who interviewed Punk as well, and he said that Punk regrets how everything was handled, agrees that scrums are stupid and cringe, and he did one when he came back because it was a big deal. I get it. The problem you have with pro wrestling is that anyone with a Twitter calls himself a journalist, a reporter, or whatever, and I experienced that firsthand. If you want to believe all that shit, that I'm Bruiser Brody running through the hallways and just fucking sucker punching people, great, awesome, believe it, because I'm over here making money and you ain't. And then, Ariel asked, why is there an NDA? You would have to ask the person that wanted me to sign an NDA. And would that be Tony? Punk said, yeah. I did try to ask... Ariel said, I did try to ask him one time and it didn't go well. And Punk said, I can't imagine he'd answered you. Again, I'm very uncomfortable talking about this stuff. I figured it's inevitable when I walked in the door, but I didn't want to be the guy that was just like, I appreciate that question. I can't talk about it for 60 or 90 minutes or whatever. I'm a human being, and this is real life shit that happened, and I don't mind talking about it because I didn't want anybody to sign an NDA to hide some bullshit I did. And then Ariel presses if that was if Punk injured his other triceps muscle, and then he just shrugged. Ariel asked, will you ever be able to talk about this? And Punk says, I don't know. Why does anyone want to talk about it? It's grown into this ridiculous thing. Believe what you want. So.
Yeah. So it's crazy how there must be something that he doesn't want out there for him to make them sign NDAs.
I don't know. If he doesn't want
anyone to know.
If he's willing to talk about it, I think he would have said something, but he legally can't. So I think it says more on AEW's side.
Punk doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it's probably Tony Khan's. There's something he doesn't want out there. Wherever it been. Punk's probably not bothered, like you say. Punk doesn't care. He doesn't
Yeah.
seem the type of person who would anyway. Even if he has done something wrong, he'd probably, just own it, wouldn't he, and admit to it.
Yeah.
But it's obviously something that either Tony's done or the Bucks have done that he's not happy with and doesn't want anyone to know.
Yeah. And Punk, when he was injured from after Brawl Out, he said that nobody spoke to him for 6 months, and then mentions Doc Simpson. And that recovery on his recent tricep injury is, quote, night and day because of protocol structures, whereas in AEW it had no help and had to find a PT spot of his own. And then said, is this how they treat the Jaguars players? I don't know. I had no help. Nobody would speak to me.
He said as well, he sort of referenced that because Hawani asked him about, do you think he'd be ready for Mania if he was, if it was up to him? And he kind of said, yeah, he said he probably would be. But he said back in the day, they'd have probably had him out there doing it. He said, but they're protecting him from himself now. He said they're making sure he's okay to go. Because that was his big thing, wasn't it? Back in the day, they were making him wrestle when he was injured.
Yeah.
That was one of his big complaints about
Chris
WWE.
Heyman right, with the Z-Packs.
Yeah. So, I suppose it is a good thing that they're letting them recover.
And, I could just read off the notes here because the whole thing was top to bottom was really good, but Ariel asked Punk if there's anything he enjoyed in AEW. Punk says that he made friends and did cool stuff like with working with Sting. Positives outweighed the negatives. Saying, quote, I thought I was coming in to help business. If I could teach something, great. I think I was brought in for other reasons. Their business. I know a lot of people are going to be upset. It's just not a real business. It's not about selling tickets, drawing money, and making money. It's just not. And then Ariel says, what's it about? Punk says, I don't know. Having good matches, maybe? Ariel asks, do you think AEW will be around? And then Punk says, that's a loaded question. The company as a whole, I think it'll always exist as long as Tony wants to put money into it. That I agree with.
Do you know, when Punk came back to WWE, you're kind of hearing this different now, but when he said at the end of that promo, and he said, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money, that now feels like a dig at Tony Khan.
Right? I think he even at some point during the Helwani interview, he brings that up, ironically enough.
Oh, does
What was the quote he said about, I think he was kind of a little dig at Meltzer as well. He said something about...
Yeah, Ariel says, do you think they can be successful? And then Punk's like, what's successful? If you're more than happy with some goof saying that you had a 5-star match and the building's a quarter full, we're not in the same business.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah. And then he goes on saying, I was sold on AEW being an alternative to what WWE was. I agree with that. And that's the biggest shame to me. This is the last chance. I like competitors. I like guys being like, I can go over here to make X amount of money. When you're there, guaranteed money almost ruined pro wrestling. If you had to get paid based off of the house, the place would be drastically different. And then Ariel says, because it would drive you, push you. And then Punk's like, you would think, oh shit, this isn't working. Pivot, do something else. What's going to get people into the building? The short time that I had being in charge, quote unquote, of Collision, that's the way I did things. What did we draw here last time? Okay, my goal is to get one more ticket sold. Work incrementally. And then Ariel said, I was blown away that you came back to wrestling at all. I thought for sure you would never come back. And then Punk was like, so was I. Do you regret coming back? Do you think life would be better if you went and did something else? And then Punk says, no, if I didn't come back, I wouldn't have met Brody King. I wouldn't be friends with him to this day. Danhausen, Dax, Cash, Darby, Sting. I don't want to name everybody because I don't want people to be punished for being my friend. There's so many people. And I'm sure I helped somebody along the way, and to me, that's what it's all about. If you hate me, great. There's a lot of knowledge in here. I started doing this when I was 15. I studied all of this under Paul Heyman, Danny Davis, for all his faults with Vince McMahon, which he even says that Vince McMahon, he's glad that, he's no longer with the company and whatnot. I got to watch all the main eventers move. I got to watch all this stuff. Sometimes I'm wrong. But I know a thing or two, and I never projected or forced that onto anybody. My time is valuable. I'm not running around helping people if they don't want help. Cough, cough, hangman. Still to this day, that's my interpretation of it. Still to this day, do I regret coming back? No. You know why? Because I get to ask questions to people who've been in it longer than me. Hey, Shawn Michaels, XYZ. Obviously, my body's not going to last longer than my brain, so I have way more to give to pro wrestling. Do I regret coming back? No, 100% not. And then he says he was this close to returning to WWE before the WWE backstage show because of Nick Khan, before Nick Khan was on board with WWE. And then Ariel's...
Oh, yeah, because there was that kind of feeling, weren't there, at the time when you wondered whether things are changing.
And Ariel says, if Nick Khan isn't the CEO or COO of WWE right now, do you think that you're back? And then Punk's like, probably not. So he kind of credits Nick Khan as like a driving force to him being in WWE. And then at some point he says, I'm just glad to be out of AEW. They obviously didn't want me to be there. Do you believe that? And then Punk's like 100%. And then Ariel says, when you say they, do you mean the elite? And Punk's like, yeah. And then Ariel says, I can't imagine Tony didn't want you there. Punk says, I'm sure Tony wishes I was still there. Ariel, do you mean got certain guys in the back? Punk's like, yeah. And then Ariel says, but that's like 4 or 5 guys. There's a much bigger locker room. If we pulled everyone, most would want you there. And then Punk says, again, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but yeah, the entire locker room hates you. And like all that stuff, get the fuck out of here with that. That's projection to the nth degree. How do you hurt somebody? How do you hurt their feelings? Oh, everyone hates you. That's fucking high school shit. Okay, everyone hates me. Now I come over here. Oh, everyone hates him. What's going to happen? Tune into Monday Night Raw to see. And then he does a little wink to the camera here. Which I thought was great. And they used it as the thumbnail. And I was like, all right, that's... I didn't realize that till afterwards. I was like, oh, sweet. And then, did you feel like they didn't want you there from the jump? And then Punk says, yeah. Ariel, what made you feel that way? Punk, interactions, the way things were handled. And then he talks about, Ariel brings up Colt Cabana, and then Punk recalls a situation where Colt walked up to him and was like, hey, just to clear the air between us, do you want to, talk just so that things aren't awkward? And then Punk's like, not without a lawyer present.
Wow.
So he really, whatever Colt did, he really hates Colt Cabana. Crazily enough. And then also Punk says that he's definitely doing the commentary for the match, but he's also going to be doing a bunch of other stuff, including a 2-hour kickoff on both days. So he's probably going to be on the pre-show panel for both days. I would love to see him out on the table for the main show throughout both nights, but I don't think that's going to happen. There was other
You
stuff.
mentioned then about the bit you said about it was sold to him as an alternative to WWE.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Brandy was saying in the quote that came out today, that she said it turned into something that it wasn't. They wasn't expecting. I can't remember the paraphrasing now. But...
And then when, I'm kind of jumping around here, but like Edge or Adam Copeland on Dynamite this past Wednesday has like this weird fucking rah-rah AEW promo where it's like he's like all about, this is pro wrestling. If you like pro wrestling, we're the pro wrestling guys and all this stuff. If you're a fan of NWA or New Japan and all this stuff. Growing up, I was a WWF fan, and that's fine because it's pro wrestling. And it was just like, if the Punk stuff didn't happen earlier in the week, then all right, fine, I can get behind that promo. But it felt very damage control-y and whatnot. And then later in the fucking program, you have Billy Gunn and Jay White battling in a 2-segment, my personal words, a snooze fest, where Billy Gunn's doing all the offense early on, and then Jay White struggles to beat him, and then there's like this huge schmaz, and the whole thing stems from like a rampage of like Jay White invading Billy Gunn's home and just like slightly messing with his stuff. It was very stupid. That would be my thumbs down of the week for the record. But yeah, I think a lot of what Punk said, and I can't really, we'd be here for another hour, I feel, if I went through the entire thing with the notes, but like, I think Punk comes from even though he's working for WWE again, I think a lot of his words, I think, resonate because it kind of reflects back on the TV product and whatnot. It definitely seems like, especially the whole 5-star match when the building's a quarter full type of thing. I know people have been saying that, like, the building's not entirely sold out. Who cares? Just enjoy it. It's pro wrestling. That's fair. But at the same time, are you here for the 5-star matches, or are you here to make business, or make money? And that's the overall thing.
It's fine for us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many people there are in the building. For us watching TV, it should matter more than anything for Tony.
Mm-hmm. And the ratings are being down slightly, but supposedly Turner's like happy with the numbers or something like that, even though like the hyped up shows lately. Yeah, go ahead.
The thing that always gets me is these things, they go hand in hand, don't they? If there's a good product and it's working well, right, people are going to want to watch it and turn up. So if you've got one and not the other, something's not entirely right.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of always been the problem there, I think. They try on every show, maybe not in every match, but in a good deal of them, to have like this huge blow-away match, and it's all about putting on the best match you can in every single, every match on the show or every main event on every show you do. And I don't know that that's the best way to do pro wrestling. We've complained before, me and Will especially, that kind of in it for the trashy story and like characters and stuff. The wrestling bit, it's fine when it's fine on a pay-per-view. You want to do a pay-per-view full of great matches, that's fine. But I don't really need that every week on TV, especially if you're going to do 3 shows a week. Sometimes I just want like the bit that then gets us to the big match at the end.
The whole purpose of TV is to make you buy a pay-per-view. That was the model.
It's an advert, exactly.
Yeah, it's supposed to tease you into wanting to see that match.
And then that match should be a 5-star match to make you think, cool, a pay-per-view is where I see these great matches. If I'm seeing great matches on TV, I'm less likely to want to see them on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or at least
there's
less
the reason
appeal
why
to
when
them.
you have a really crappy pay-per-view, you say that was a Raw segment on a pay-per-view or a SmackDown segment on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It didn't meet the standard of what you would expect on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so it's a bit weird for us to say that we want crappier wrestling on TV, but they would do well maybe to focus on other things on TV. I think maybe that's what Punk is saying.
It's kind of like the argument I've had with AEW from the off, is the fact that I can't get involved in the matches because every match is just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just OTT constant, and it's like you said, that is what you would expect on a pay-per-view, or your big payoff to a feud on a pay-per-view, and it's like you've got guys kicking out of things that have killed
There's a lot of
people
kick
over
outs.
if it was legit, and it's just like, really, you're going to kick out of that, and then you get a really basic finish to something, and you're like, no, it doesn't work like that. And that's just, I mean, I've said it from the off, but that's my issue with the Bucks, because every match I ever watch of the Young Bucks is just that. It's just theatrical stuntman stuff for 90% of a match with no real story in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they just seem to do it over and over and over. And when you do it over and over, it doesn't feel special anymore. It doesn't have that impact.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
I'll give the Bucks credit for this. Even though they're EVPs, they haven't really abused their stature within the company to put the titles on themselves. Although I say that as they're currently being build in the Dynasty Tag Team Tournament Finals going up against either the winner of FTR and Top Flight, which airs after night 1 at 11:30 Eastern on Collision, by the way.
That's death.
Tomorrow
That's not
night.
gonna do well at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and it goes back to what, you know, Punk said about a business, you know? Are we here for the matches, or are we here to make money? You know, like, when Collision's bumped off the schedule, you know, once or twice a week here, and then it's, yeah, as you said, it's a death slot coming up this weekend. Like, you got to put up some type of a defense, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like, the fact that, like, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, like, the fact that, like, it's just not being, like, to me, that's like an eye opener. Like, why isn't I think Collision's the B show. Your B show's getting, like, trounced upon in the schedule by March Madness and all this other stuff. Like, this should be a bigger deal. And the fact that, like, I think that, you know, reporters aren't just quote unquote reporters. The people, you know, the internet reporters aren't, like, treating it as such is kind of, I don't know, it's shoddy reporting, if you ask me.
I've never really understood why they don't take advantage of, they do what some of the other indie companies do, a lot of them do, and do shows in the same city as whatever Mania is that week.
Yeah.
They should do a big, imagine if they did a big AEW show on, like, a Thursday night in Philadelphia this week.
Didn't they try to shut that down a few years back?
I think I'm not sure. But they've had,
like, booked out every arena in the vicinity or something, or did some kind of no compete with, like, the town, or
maybe that rings a bell. Well, they had Ring of Honor tonight in Philadelphia. I'm not sure where it was, but it was in Philadelphia somewhere. So they could have done just bill it. You know, they haven't got to mention Mania, but everyone knows where a Mania is.
Yeah.
And obviously the place is absolutely jam packed full of wrestling fans, so I'm pretty sure they'd sell.
I mean, it's always the biggest wrestling weekend of the year or whatever. You know what I mean? There's ways of saying it without saying it, isn't there?
Yeah. That's why you get all the. I mean, there was a GCW. They had a big show last night. You get all the smaller indie companies doing, okay, not massive arenas obviously, but little places. That, you know, yeah, like you say, all the places full of wrestling fans for the week. Why not take advantage of that? But
I think the main issue that I've got with it is there's a terrible feeling with AEW that it is turning into the WCW kind of situation. And whilst, and I think obviously people within AEW, you know, the main thing is you don't want to create that kind of situation, and then when you've got EVPs that are in charge and on the show, you know, like you said, the Young Bucks could be easily booking themselves into that old, you know, Kevin Nash territory kind of thing of WCW in the dark days, but they're not doing. But I think that makes them think that they're doing it right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that's just one aspect that, yeah, okay, you're not put yourself in that slot, but you are still, you've got an organization that isn't being run professionally, is, you know, there's factions within it and lots of, like Punk said, high school stuff. The way it's being described all sounds,
well, look at the way
childish.
They reacted to it. They had Bucks. What can't remember what they did. They did something soft on Dynamite this week, didn't they?
Oh, he came out, didn't he, and said
something. He came out and shouted something about being a scapegoat. Obviously, they get Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And then
love your work or something, he said, didn't he?
Yeah. And they said something to the best friend they done, didn't they, about Cry Me a River or something. You know, obviously all referencing what's going on. You just think that's just childish stuff. You know, if you just don't acknowledge it, it'd be, you know, you just look silly.
I don't know. I quite like some of that drama.
I was just going to say,
I think there's room for it in the way that you can do it, but when you feel, I don't know,
there's ways to do it, isn't it? You know, there's ways to do it childish.
I mean, like, you think back, like, when Cody first, you know, like the AEW match, and he did the hammer thing, didn't he, with the chair?
Yeah.
like that's a big, like that was the reference, but it wasn't. It didn't feel personal in that way. It just felt symbolic, if you know what I mean.
People complained about it at the time. There were definitely people who said that it was cheap and he didn't need to do it and whatever. There were people who didn't like Brody Lee doing the Vince thing with the sneezes and eating the steak and whatever. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah,
there's a way to do that stuff.
It's definitely funnier now.
It is. It's a really fine line, and it's one of them.
Yeah, because that one of their big problems is that they haven't been very professional. In ways, there's not been the guy to say no. Tony Khan is clearly just like one of us who's loaded and can actually do what he does. He's running it like he's booking, SmackDown versus Raw 2008 or whatever the game was.
Yeah,
he's playing with his toys essentially.
Yeah.
And he seems to be quite easy to.
Excuse me.
It's like I said, he's a good dude. He's a good friend, but he's not a good business person because he's easy to manipulate.
Kinda, yeah. And we've seen it with Punk. You knew Punk could get away with anything until the lawyer stepped in. Tony would always be all right with it because he's a huge Punk fan. And I'm not sure that I would be any better, but that's still. Sometimes you need someone to say no. And especially early on, he's better with it now, but especially early on, that was a big thing. That just smaller things that that would never fly in WWE, like not following the rules in a tag match, having the second guy in the ring for 5 minutes at a time, like that. You can't. That makes everyone look bad. Or having the referees never call for DQs when things should be, silly things like that. Or people not looking at the hard camera.
Ironically, there was a DQ on Dynamite this week as well.
Yeah, there's been a few more of them. But yeah, back in the day, that there were just production things that you'd think, oh man, this looks ranky. This looks Bush League in my opinion. And so yeah, then when they start making comments like referencing Jack Perry or whatever, you do think, oh, is this just the high school thing again leaking out? I don't know. I also, to play devil's advocate, I quite like that bit of them not being so professional, not being so having their hands tied quite so much, and having a chairman or whatever Tony's job title is, someone who was more willing to let things go. Even if it's not always the right thing.
I think though, if you really are trying to be the number 2 in the business and go up against WWE, you have got to have a bit more than you're just doing some of the indie stuff on TV or everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it's. There needs to be a better balance of it, and like you said, they haven't got that person that just kind of steps in and goes, "Whoa, no."
Hang on. Yeah.
Like not this week. Yeah, like, there's a time and place, and you can do things, but on certain weeks you're not going to get certain segments, or you're not going to get certain references. Like, let this one go. It isn't the right time to do it, or whatever. It's
maybe, yeah.
It would make a big difference, but it does feel more and more like it's just. It feels like it's just getting more out of control. And it doesn't. It feels like it needs to be reined in, and it's not being. And it's just getting worse.
That's why Cody's now working for WWE again. That's why Punk's back in WWE again after breaking like a nearly 10-year streak, of not wanting to be in wrestling anymore. Arguably, maybe MJF, like I've predicted in the prediction game. That's another one that I think that's kind of floating under the radar that should be reported more. But everybody's thinking, oh, it's just kayfabe,
Well, the thing is if he is coming to WWE, you wouldn't blame him in the fact that, like Triple H was saying about how, you're in them prime years of your career where this is the time that you should be on the road having fun with it and, earning your stripes with it. And
right. some of the other stuff real quick. Punk gets into the timeline of his return in WWE, saying he had a FaceTime with Triple H on Thursday, which was Thanksgiving. Stuff with the lawyer on Friday. He shows up at Survivor Series, and in his words, on the phone with the lawyer, sign the paper, go into Gorilla, and then there you go. And only like 3 people from his side knew about it, which was AJ, Nick Khan, Triple H, and the lawyers on his side. And then afterwards, he voice texted his family when driving to the building or whatever. Just be like, hey, I got a lot to explain to you. And he also made it importantly clear, do not text and drive at the same time. Let's see. Monday before Thanksgiving, gets a phone call. Oh, we can do this with negotiations in Nick Khan. Saturday, debut of Survivor Series. Sunday, he's back home and then gets a call for travel to Nashville for Raw. Gets home, goes to SmackDown, goes to NXT, flying by the seat of his pants, quote unquote. Last minute stuff, gets a tour of the new Titan Towers. Works out in the state-of-the-art gym that they have, with the new building and whatnot that they've been constructing on for like several years now. Was on the phone with Nick Khan, but gets a heads up from Vince's trainers about how Vince doesn't like guys on the phone in the gym. And that was when Punk got to meet Vince face-to-face since coming back. Vince gave Punk a big hug. Welcome home, good to see you, let's connect after we work out. And then Punk hasn't seen him since.
Didn't he say to him, you've not seen him since then? He went, no, I think something come up since then.
Ariel asked about the Vince allegation. Punk says there's no positivity. He only read the text messages, and he didn't read the allegations. He only read the text messages and went, fuck this. This is indefensible.
Yeah.
And he says that he was kind of shocked at how dumb he was for writing stuff down and leaving a paper trail. It's horrific. All the energy should be used to somehow, I don't know if you can make reparations or amends, but there's victims here. CM Punk, Vince relationship doesn't fucking mean anything. All that stuff takes a backseat. He's more concerned about going forward at how those people go forward suffering through all that trauma. And then Ariel says, do you think the business is better off that since Vince isn't no longer in it? And then Punk's like, at this point, how do you say anything but yes? He ruined his life. He ruined his life ruining other people's lives. So there's a part of me that's like, all right, we got him. Let's shuffle him into the basement. And then Ariel brings up plans for WrestleMania before Punk got hurt, and he said he would have been the one facing Seth Rollins for the Goatsy Championship as the main event for night 1. He talks about the Hangman stuff and how Hangman went into business for himself because he's friends with Colt Cabana, and that's how that whole thing initiated. Because apparently Punk and Hangman sat down and they were like, okay, we're going to say this thing, and then I'm going to reply with this, and then da-da-da-da-da. And then, Hangman went off script, quote unquote, and then Punk says that he couldn't... The crowd was so deafening, he couldn't hear what Hangman was saying. So he was reading lips, and then, Ariel asked about the infamous scrum and how TK was uncomfortable. Maybe he didn't know all the stuff that was going to come out of it. And then Punk chimes in with, should have handled it. And then talks about the NDA. After All In, I believe, I'm scrolling around here. All In, when he said he, in Gorilla or whatever, when he said he quit to Tony Khan, he hasn't spoken to Tony Khan since or seen him. If he were to see him, he would have been like, hey, Tony, how's things? But, yeah, I don't know if that'll be the case at anytime soon. What else here? I think that covers most of the juicy stuff. Yeah.
It was interesting to watch. First time I started, it was on nearly 2 hours, wasn't it? He was talking for.
Yeah.
Didn't think, when I seen it, I thought, I was like, Christ, not watching that. And I did watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Speaking of AW and the pretty poor attendance figures as of late.
Yeah.
There's a little remark made from McAfee on the show today when Rhea Ripley was on. He had a few people on today, Triple H, Cody, yeah, a few others. And she was talking about Dominic Mysterio. McAfee said, I've got the quote here. He said, "If you were to brush him aside, he'd be gone forever. We'd never have to see him again. He'd probably at that other place in front of 600 people."
Oh. Oh.
So you know they can be petty as well.
Taz, what do you have to say about that?
Bush League, in my opinion.
What does The Rock have to say about that?
Fuck that! The Rock doesn't give a fuck!
Okay. Fair enough.
Alrighty. Do we have a thumbs up or thumbs down, or should we save that for next week for the WrestleMania themed review show?
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
Well,
Been a bit of
there
a
is
slow
one,
week compared to events, but go on if you got one.
there is a thumbs up. I don't know if you've seen that story. I've just linked you to there.
Let me take a
Just
look
the
here.
picture. I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh, I did see this actually. Yeah.
The Rock. Oh my god. What is it?
Yeah, if you read that Ruben guy's tweet first.
Saw The Rock
Yeah.
at Target last Friday. Childhood hero of mine. I'll cherish this moment for the rest of my life and got to experience it with my daughter. I told Rock that if he signed my arm, I would get it tatted, and I'm a man of my word. Hook us up with WrestleMania tickets. Hashtag if you smell.
So he's got some videos of him there with, he's got a picture of him and his daughter with The Rock.
Video right here.
And then a video of the guy, he's got the tattoo there, and then he's like grilling and drinking Terramana tequila. Hey.
I'd have laughed if Rock stayed in character when he saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Turns out he's actually a nice guy. Who knew?
Yeah.
Dude, holy shit, you did it. That's the authentic real deal signature and bull right there. Looks amazing. You're a man of your word, and so is the final boss. Pack your bags because you and your daughter are coming to WWE WrestleMania. Tickets, flight, hotel, transportation, and food are all on me. Team will be reaching out. See you in Philly, brother. Final boss. Yeah.
Did you see? He did something similar. For someone painted a picture of when he beat Cody up.
Yeah.
And he tweeted them and said he wanted to buy it and give it to Cody's mum.
Funnily enough,
then-
the person that painted it is
There it
an
is,
ex. Is an ex of MJF.
Oh yeah, I've seen that afterwards. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull that up as well.
Did he tweet it as well? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. So here's the painting of The Rock. Let me pull this up here. And it's a really good painting.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah. Painting of The Rock and Cody, who saw this insane scene. Number 2 in progress of my new wrestling series. Also, sorry, Mama Rhodes. Look at you now.
Oh, she didn't.
Look
She
at you
didn't paint
now.
in the Brock Lesnar truck in the background.
They missed that part.
She missed that bit, yeah.
Missed that detail.
And then The Rock says, what an artistic convergence of emotions. Love this. I'd like to buy this from you. My team will be in touch. I know a special mom who I'm going to gift this to. Hashtag Mama Rhodes. And then MJF chimes in saying, first you steal my glorious idea to lash Cody. Now you try to cop art from my ex. I'm a fan, but please leave me be, Dewey. So there you go. And he hasn't tweeted anything since December.
It's just the first one for a while, wasn't it?
Oh. So we'll see. I still think he's showing up at WrestleMania in some way in that Bloodline rules match because Bloodline's going to win the Saturday night main event tag team fight or whatever, and then
I think they're saving them for Raw. I think
that's probably true.
I don't.
That's probably true.
the last Raw, the Raw after Mania, was a massive letdown. Remember the whole thing about Vince being back and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this year, I think they're going to want to go out to make this a bit special than it has been. So maybe not MGF, but I think they've got something planned for Monday. He said so much today because that was one of the questions McAfee asked him when he was on the show. He said, you know, what's life like being, you know, sort of in charge of WWE? And he said, you can imagine on Sunday night when we go off the air and everyone's, you know, doing a bit of a sigh of relief and thinking it's all over. He said, first thing I'm doing, he said, someone hands me the run sheet for Raw.
Yeah.
He said, we're already looking at it now. He said, it's all about finished story. He said, it never finishes in WWE. He said, he said, he said something quite interesting. He said, they're seeing this internally, they're seeing this weekend as a bit of a launch of a new era. They're saying this is like the launch
where
pad.
it all begins again.
He said this is like the first one of the really new era
I
now.
piss my sides if fucking WrestleMania 40 starts with The Rock standing there with his daughters like Vince was.
Yeah.
Final boss. The sequel games with the other final bosses that will come.
Does he have to record a new clip when Vince said "Welcome to WrestleMania" and they play it all the time? Now we have to have one of Triple H saying "Welcome
to WrestleMania." Yeah.
Yeah, the last two.
Yeah,
it was quite interesting to hear him say that, and he said that's basically what he said. He said obviously, you know, when everyone else is sort of, you know, a bit of relief on Sunday night, he said I'm straight into Raw. He said we don't stop, and he said it sounded like they're gonna make it a bit of a special show. So fingers crossed. We just say maybe not MGF, or maybe we get something special.
We'll see. Anything else? Because we've been nearly 2.5 hours.
Cody's just whipped Jimmy Uso.
Oh, okay. Main event Jimmy Uso?
Main event Jimmy Uso. No, that's just Jimmy.
Just Jimmy. I'm sorry. I'm killing the gimmick here. Fuck.
That should totally be his nickname, just Jimmy.
Just Jimmy.
Well, they did that 25 years ago with Joey Legend. Just Joe, don't shoot
Just
the messenger.
Joe, yeah.
I remember that guy.
Just Joe.
The boys in the back have been talking.
We somehow talked throughout an entire episode of SmackDown, by the way. I'd like to point that out.
We did. The Hall of Fame starting now.
Okay.
I don't even know who's going in.
Paul
Did
Heyman?
they show you the
But
thing in
Heyman's in.
full? Is it still like an hour long, or do they let them talk for like 6 hours?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's on. It's all on Peacock now, so I think they get a bit. There's usually, I think last year they had a bit of a gap between because they have to get it all set up, don't they?
Yeah.
So they have. I think last year they had Saxton doing some sort of fake red carpet shit. Because everyone's
That's
just
only
arrived.
when,
They've been there for 4 hours, you know.
Menuno is on, isn't she?
It is, yeah. That's what I mean. No, they pretend everyone's just arrived. They've been there for 4 hours watching the show.
Reminds everyone that when she wrestled the match, she didn't shit her pants. It was someone's
Yeah.
It was some face paint.
And then she does
Very
the
makeup.
hard times promo because she knows it word for word. Because she likes doing that.
I say that a lot.
Oh my god. Oh, don't need to watch out the Hall of Fame now. Well, what happened?
I can't even find it on the network. What is it? There we go. Yeah, got it. Just being a dope.
Okay.
What time's it start?
Right now. Right now. Let's
on.
get out of here.
This minute.
All right, yeah, 3 o'clock. Oh my God,
Just
3
after the
o'clock.
Newcastle Republic have been on.
Okay. So, okay.
Getting
well,
ready for that
We
week.
get that.
Get that ready. I'm going to send you the copy of the show, Will. I don't know how, but I'm going to try to send you a copy and we'll have it as an upload because I don't know if what the stream buffered out or if it like cut up or anything like that, but the drop frames went down to 15% because the longer we've been on, it kind of stabilized here and there, but it's still kind of wibbly wobbly. But I'll send you the things and whatnot. Be back next week. we'll have the review show, and we'll see if Beans did well enough or if Chuck's did well enough in the prediction game. It's just down to those two.
We say next week. I know it might be difficult for you, Beans, but what are we thinking for some sort of show on Monday?
Yeah, I'm going to struggle, but if you want to do one, by all
I can
means.
try.
Don't...
I can try on Monday. No guarantee.
Or even Tuesday, because maybe we could take Raw in as well. I'm around for both if we want to do it.
Sure.
Want to do it?
I'll yeah. Okay, Undertaker, you want to do this?
I've got someone got the reference.
You want to do this?
I've got someone got it.
New Cats Republic.
New Cats Republic. All right, so we'll possibly be on either Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully, maybe Tuesday. Because I don't. Hopefully, the internet will be stable by then.
Yeah, don't blow away in the meantime. So.
Yeah, for real. We'll see you then. Have a great WrestleMania weekend, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time. You're gonna have to say that again, Beans. It cut you off.
I just said whoop whoop.
Oh, okay.
For WrestleMania, just have fun.
I thought you were just gonna be like goodbye.
Feel like we should all break into that. What was that song they bought? That was in the 80s, the WrestleMania song.
Linda McMahon theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda McMahon, yeah.
Is she?
Is it the one with Bret Hart at the end telling you that he's the best there is, the best there was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she like okay to reference now or no?
Who, Bret Hart?
No, Linda.
I didn't realise that Bret was transitioning.
All right, I'm out of here. We're out of here. Goodbye.
What?